Okay, it's fixed now. I don't know what on earth happened. All right, let me see if
Not popping up yet.
is it not popping up yet?
I
It
wanna
says
get-
there's one person viewing it.
Oh. Use my phone then. Not popping up now.
Will you let me pet you? No? Okay.
Okay,
Unless you have food, he won't let you.
Probably.
is it? Can you find it now?
There we go.
Is it on?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's better. It's a lot better.
Okay.
Oh, I had my Bluetooth on, that's why.
Here we go.
Yep.
You can see everybody now.
All right, come on, puppy. Yeah, don't let your phone on there.
Huh?
Don't let your phone on there.
No, we did
It's
this
gonna
last night.
catch on fire.
It's
Wait a
gonna catch
minute,
on
why
fire.
is it sideways?
It shouldn't be for you. It is. Oh, you're probably watching the old one. That's the old one. I thought I deleted that. Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Trevor with the channel Life of Trevor.
Sean with Sean's Jeep Life.
And I'm Jen with Jen Nomad. Or
Yeah,
Jeep
Jen.
Nomad, sorry.
She knows who she is. Okay.
I'm Jen with Jeep Nomad.
So yesterday, Sean and I went live and we did a Q&A, just talking about our experiences living in our Jeeps. And it turns out Jen was actually just 2 hours away, and she's been living in her Jeep, I think, much longer than both of us. So she thought that she wanted to play along. As far as I know, aside from Jake and maybe one or two other people, we're the only people who actually live in our Jeeps. And so it's really cool having all three of us here at the same time. So we're going to take advantage of this opportunity to collaborate and do this live stream. So we have a few questions we're going to ask each other, and then after that we're going to look and see if you guys have any questions for us about what you think about us living in our Jeeps, anything that you're curious about, just ask us on here, and then we'll just kind of go from there. We're just kind of winging it, having fun, sitting by a fire and doing whatever else.
Yep.
So-
Hey, oh, Hannah. Hannah.
Oh, Hannah. Hey, Hannah. That's
Hi,
a
Hannah.
old friend of mine. Oh, the shovel fell. Okay, so
What should we get into first?
probably look at the questions you have. Probably you go first, and then I'll go with mine, and then Jen can think of hers after she realizes that we took all the good ones.
Okay.
So you get for not writing
So you want me
them
to
down.
ask the questions first?
Yeah,
Okay.
ask your questions, don't ask mine. I wrote down questions, but we're using my phone, so I just send them to Sean's.
Okay. I'll save the good ones for a little bit later. But
Oh, okay. You didn't organize them when you had the chance?
No, I didn't do that. I just wrote them off top of my head. Okay.
Where'd my Pepsi go? Oh, my Pepsi's over there. I'm gonna
Let's
grab
start
my
with something you had right now that would make your life a lot easier living on the road.
money.
Money! Money! If I had money, oh my gosh, the things that I would do and all the mods that I would get.
The mods.
Yeah, I would continue my trip to Canada, or Canada. And
Yeah. Money's definitely the big factor of having to travel.
yeah.
You need money to go places, that's for sure.
I'd say, yeah, basically I have no better answer, money. And reason being is it's not necessarily like we're like, give us your money because we want to be rich people. It's more like, give us money please so we can eat food. It's like a daily struggle is like, I know for like me personally even, like I'm trying to make YouTube full time. And so to try to create that content, I don't have time to do anything else. And if I don't somehow make enough money on there, I won't be able to travel. So money's definitely a huge factor in this. I don't know, I wish I could win the lottery, but other than that, just having the money just for food and gas, and that alone, even if you didn't have money to upgrade stuff, just so you can keep the vehicle running is probably the biggest factor.
Yeah, that's for sure.
For sure. And then like Jen, yours is like bone stock, so
Yep.
do you have like any modifications on it aside from
The tires? Nope.
just the tires?
It's all
Tires.
stock.
Yeah, so Jen's Jeep is completely stock, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
money would definitely help her with like even just having a roof rack for extra stuff. And
Yeah.
Like-
And we'll probably do a video
I-
tomorrow also with all the Jeeps
yeah,
together.
definitely gonna take advantage of that.
Smoked out.
I actually keep my Jeep stock because I had a TJ before, and I had a lift, and I had the death wobble a lot.
Oh really?
So I wanted to travel with this one without the death wobble
Yeah.
because like it was just an ongoing
Yeah.
pain in the butt.
And honestly, if I had like a Rubicon or something, I think I would just keep it stock as far as like lifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Rubicon's a good way to go.
Rubicon
Bone stock
definitely.
to go
Right.
out there and do stuff.
Yeah, I mean the lift. My dad has a Rubicon, and the lift isn't that much. It's probably a little bit more than Jen's, but you actually saw my dad's Jeep, so
Yeah.
you got a good idea of what that looks
Yeah.
like. But I mean, it's got enough lift that you can get over stuff if you have to. It's like the happy medium of not excessive.
It just looks so different. Like her Jeep's stock, and it looks so much smaller than ours.
Yeah,
Just
it's
because
weird.
we have a lift and tires.
Yeah. She has the upgraded tires, but factory lift, and then we both have like the racks and stuff. We got that expedition look, and hers just, I don't know. But you have that ability to really camouflage in places and not look suspicious.
Yeah, you
Right.
can park
that was,
pretty much
that was what I
anywhere.
was going
Yeah.
for too, is because like if you have like all the overlanding stuff that
Yeah.
you guys have,
Mhm.
it's just kind of a well, I wouldn't say giveaway, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
a
what
little
I
bit.
mean.
I'm a little bit in the middle where people can probably tell. People probably assume I'm going camping, but I can still probably park out a Walmart parking lot and nobody would suspect. Sean, on the other hand, he's got this big tent that like announces to the world, "I'm sleeping in here." So
Yeah,
Not
which
as much.
leads me to
Nice.
actually get out to camp spots more often, and I cannot stay in like a parking lot or something like that. It'd be a
Okay.
dead giveaway. So every night, pretty much, I have to get up, find a camp spot out in like BLM land or something.
do you want to answer this question real fast since it's already here
Which one? This one?
from Hannah? So Hannah asked, "How do we wash our face while we're in the Jeep?" So if you want to go first with that one.
I have that little, I think it's 6-gallon blue container with the spout on it, and I'll just kind of hold my hands like that and just underneath it and just wash my face and with the towel, wipe it off. But
Yeah, same story here. I don't really usually wash my face unless I like either am obviously dirty or I just want a cold wash in the morning, which is usually in the summer. Out here when it's this cold, I have not washed my face once because I don't feel like freezing to death. And I don't know what Jen does actually. What's
So I had this little plastic bowl. It was, hold on, let me put this down here. I had this little plastic bowl, it's about like this big, and I just put like a little bit of water on it, in it, and I had like a little face wash by Neutrogena, and I just put that and washed my face.
so you had
and
like all the facial cleansing stuff?
yeah, well, I mean, I'm a girl, so I'm not like, just because I'm like living in my Jeep, I don't have to be all like rugged and dirty
Right.
and like hobo-ish, you know,
See.
like I'm trying to be like presentable and I mean, you know, not trying to be like somebody out on the streets.
Right.
Um,
Not
so
look
I
like
do-
you're actually
Yeah.
homeless.
So that's how I wash my face. It's just pretty
Careful,
simple. Just, you know, like put the Neutrogena on my face, water, and then I had like a little washcloth, and then that's it. Pretty simple.
Yeah, us dudes, we have shampoo for your hair, your face, your body, and your Jeep. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
All in
simple,
one.
you know,
All in
and
one.
it's like, I mean, at Walmart you can get like the little travel, like, you know, little
Show
travel
'em. Oh,
bottles.
careful.
That's all I use, and then I just like refill it every
Mm-hmm.
so often.
okay, should we go with that one? With everyone's?
what's everyone's
I don't-
miles per gallon?
you
That's a good question. You want to go first?
If I'm lucky, going downhill 10 miles per gallon, pulling the trailer.
Really?
What about without the trailer though?
Without the trailer, I can get up to like 12, 13. But usually, I can go 200 miles, and I'll have to stop and get gas again. So that's about 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally, last time I checked, I was getting like 13 miles to the gallon, but I was going mostly uphill. I think I get roughly 14 to 50 miles to the gallon, and I think the biggest thing with that is my gears. I have the 4x8 gears, which means my Jeep does not have to work as hard as Sean's does. So I think that helps with my fuel economy for sure. But that's only on a good day. I might get 50 miles a gallon. Usually it's more rough to 13. And Jen's got a more modern Jeep, so please tell us you get better fuel economy.
Yeah, it ranges from, I'd say 17 to like 29.
29.
Yes, 20.
So that's
This
a-
is-
that's a
well,
big range.
It
It's
says
stock and
yeah,
it's
it's
a V6.
not like lifted
Brody,
or
no, my
anything,
pile.
but I'm just going off of what my dash says, and sometimes, I mean, mostly if it gets up to 29, I'm on the highway. So the faster I get, well, not that fast, but yeah, it ranges between 17 and 29.
that's pretty good compared
That's
to
a
us.
lot better. That we're talking about our highway miles being like 13.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
and your
my
Jeep-
highway is like 20.
Jeep has like
Wow.
way less stuff on it than
Yeah.
us.
That's
yeah.
true too. Yours doesn't weigh down as much.
Get off.
I made this great looking like established wood pile over here, full of firewood. You probably can't see it, but it looked great. And Brody just trampled it. You messed it up, Brody.
All that hard work.
All that hard work for nothing. Oh, why are you?
Yeah, he has 488 gears.
488 gears.
Yeah. So, are
So
you guys
are you.
Wait,
homeless?
how do you get 17? Wait, what was the question? So you're all homeless, or always living at home? LOL. It's a good question. Sean goes first.
I wouldn't say homeless. Homeless is a person that has to like not have a home, I guess, and we kind of choose to do this kind of lifestyle. So I guess the Jeep is my home in a way, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't say I'm homeless. I would say that kind of offensive to say that I'm homeless per se. I sometimes say it as a joke, but in reality, I think being homeless means more like you don't have a choice. You have to live in your vehicle, or you have to live, without a place to sleep at night. And I think that choosing to live in our Jeeps makes us more like nomads or travelers, not so much being homeless, because I could totally, if I wanted to, I could go get a 9-to-5 job, probably get an apartment, or I could have just still lived in my parents' house, but I'm choosing to live in my Jeep. So I consider myself more of like a nomad. And I think Jen's probably going to have a really interesting take on this one, because I know a little bit of her history, so I want to see what you say.
I don't consider myself homeless. This is a decision I made on my own because, for one, I'm a completely different breed from like most people.
Lucky.
I got tired of renting. Like, I lived in California, and rent was like, I was renting a room for like $1,300 a month, and it was just the same old rat race. And I, for some reason, had like really bad experiences with roommates. I didn't want roommates. I didn't want to pay rent, and I owned my Jeep. Like, I paid it off, and I wanted to travel. And there was other things that I wanted to do, but like I'm trying to work on it right now. But I don't we're just like a different breed. We're more like a, how do I say this? Not glorified, but we're not like hobos. We're not like hobos. This is a decision that I feel we decided to make because we like traveling. We're independent. We have goals. Like, there's a lot of things that I feel that we all have that, like, homeless people, it's just kind of like, I don't want to say anything bad about them, but it's just like no goals, you know what I mean? Kind of. I don't know how to explain
Like
it.
they don't have any plans after being homeless. They just are kind of forced in that position. Is that what you mean?
Right. I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about homeless people. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I want to help them, I don't feel that we fit in the same category as, people that, like we're not into drugs. We don't do any of that stuff.
We don't feel like our lives fell apart so much as they're just beginning. And
I've just always been this way. Like, I've always been
always an optimist.
I've always been independent. I don't want people taking care of me. And that's the thing is, people are like, oh, like, I feel so sorry for you because you like live in your Jeep. And I was like, actually, if I lived like everybody else, like all the other females, I would just be like, have a guy take care of me. And
Right.
I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like codependent. And
Yeah.
as much as I would like to be codependent, I can't. Like, I have to do things on my own. I have to make a living on my own. I can't have anybody supporting me. Like, I don't even, like, my parents, I don't have parents. I hardly have any family to support me. So if something happens to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just kind of on your own.
I'm just kind of like a lone wolf.
Yeah, Jen has a little bit more of a sadder story than John and
No,
I.
but you know what? You know what they say? Like, I mean, it makes the person, builds
Yeah.
character and everything, and it made me pretty much fearless. I can go anywhere and do anything and not really.
We're getting a lot of comments in here.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I'm
hard
so
to-
sorry. I'm just like rambling on. I'm so sorry,
It's
guys.
really hard
That's
to
okay. You
keep
should
up.
have seen me most of my live
I'm like,
streams.
blah, 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 blah.
No,
I
it's
forget
good.
the question by the time I'm done with what I'm saying. I go in a full chasing
Yeah.
Full on
rabbits.
rant.
I
Okay,
do.
we have to stop.
It's good to have a good question and you can say a lot.
So sorry,
I don't know if we're
guys.
gonna get to
Sean's
all
been
the
keeping
questions
up,
today, so
Yeah, we'll
just
try though.
bear with us. Keep sending them. Keep repeating the questions, and we'll try to get to them the best we can. But
If they're either successful enough, we'll
I
do
think
more. Like
I'm
we,
just-
we don't have anything better to do. This is what we do for a living
I'm
for the
just
most part.
freezing.
usually we'd be sleeping by now. So
Yeah, we can toss
This
another
is-
log in the fire
I got it,
probably.
I got it.
I
You
think
got
it's
it.
just my hand.
Got it,
Like,
good.
I have my little hand
Ooh,
warmers,
don't burn
so
yourself.
So okay,
Do you have
let's
gloves?
see here.
I do, but I didn't.
You can go get them if you need to. The office. Are we just having our own conversation? This chat now?
I'm trying to follow along, but I'm so sorry. I was just rambling on.
No, we're not near Table Mesa, right? No. No, we're not.
Jen needs to be. My dad says it's hard to hear you.
Oh.
We can move the
Sorry.
mic closer, or you can talk louder. I could probably move it closer. I'm just worried about my tripod melting. It's aluminum though. It might be okay.
Silas Smith, hello to you.
I'm going to actually move the camera a little closer, so hopefully we can hear us better.
1 second, we gotta get caught up here.
Favorite anime? Ninja Scroll. I
What?
love anime.
Yeah, can you see these pretty good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just found
I'm,
out
like,
that
watching.
Jen is a weeb, so good to know. Good to know.
I'm definitely. I've been an anime fan for a long time.
Okay,
Okay, so
here's a
it's a
good one.
little zoomed in on our face, but I think
think
that
it's pretty good
it'll
right there.
hear better.
Okay, so Frank Martin said, "What did
That's
Sean
my
and
dad.
Jen do prior to Jeep life?" Do you want to start this one?
What
He doesn't
did
want to. I
what
can't
did
answer that
do?
question.
What did I do?
Mine's a little more simple, probably.
What did I do before Jeep life? So I've been doing the Jeep life for like on and off 5 years. I was a parachute rigger. I worked with military and civilian rigging parachutes, and yeah, I did that. And I'm kind of trying to go back to it right now, but it's really hard with the COVID. So
They don't want you back.
Yeah.
well, I was gonna get my master rating. That's what I was telling you about. I'm waiting to hear back from Eloy. But
Is that in Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I thought that was in California, so I thought you were just here waiting.
You can go anywhere in the U.S.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
to get my master rating, I have to go through a specific person to get my rating. So.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay, so for me, I was working at a mechanic shop, pretty much with my dad. He owns the shop, and which is kind of the reason I'm back in here, this town right now, to do a little bit of repairs. And on the road, they're kind of expensive, so it's nice to have somewhere you can go to and work on your own stuff yourself, especially if you know how to do it and it just kills you to pay for it on the road. So yeah, mechanic shop, and that's about it. I just kind of decided to move out and into my trailer, and here we are doing this live stream.
I worked at Chick-fil-A.
Really?
That's about it. 3 years. I am a veteran for Chick-fil-A. Never going back. Still tired of their chicken. I should have joined the military.
Oh, I used to be a bartender before. I used to be a bartender.
And then they were like, "You should join the military."
I saw this question twice right here. Favorite meal to cook, camp meal to cook.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I saw you at Chick-fil-A.
She lives in Midland, or used to. She's in Alaska now, actually.
I'll try to restart this one then.
Chick-fil-A is not awesome. I'm starting this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite meal to cook. My speciality is fried potatoes, especially over a fire. Fried potatoes, and then I usually crack an egg or two over it, just to add on to it. It's delicious and nutritious, and the only problem is the grease. But usually, I try to fry them butter. So I guess it's more like baked in butter, but
Yeah.
they come out really good.
It's like a good bag of chips.
It is.
Warm bag of chips. It's
Yeah.
good.
Sean's been trying them. We cooked them the last couple of days. I was gonna cook them today, but we had something else. But we might have to make them in the morning, depending on what's going on.
Trying them's an understatement. I've been enjoying them.
Trying them, yeah. I've been enjoying. Careful, Brody. It's a little closer to the fire now. Okay, so what's
Oh.
yours? What's your specialty on the road?
I guess chicken and rice. It's super cheap, super easy,
Which is also.
and I'm kind of trying to gain a lot of weight right now, so it's good for that also. And that's what I've been eating mostly, which we had like the past 2 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wish I could figure out how he makes it. It's really good when he makes the chicken and rice. It's a good combination.
Mhm.
That's his go-to. What's yours, Jen?
I don't really cook that much. As you guys know, I'm pretty simple.
Minimalist.
I'm a very, very, big on minimalism.
What's probably the number one thing you eat then? or
Yeah, and I gotta say, I
make?
checked out our Jeep earlier. There's like nothing in there compared to ours. We have
She
like,
has all her seats in it.
yeah,
It's.
I pretty much live off of like glorified MREs.
You have MREs?
Glorified, like, like the little tuna packets.
Okay.
Like, when you make
Oh,
like
so
little-
you're like. See, I actually bought like
That's
the
what I
unzip
mean.
ones, like the ones you just in
Yeah.
the packets. I had some of those, and I need to buy more because those are really good.
Yeah.
They're
They're-
healthy and
they're
good shot
pretty
of
good.
protein.
So
So tuna packets.
well, I mean, I make a mean ramen.
Oh yeah, good
There you go.
ramen.
So,
Wait, how
I
do you make the
mean-
ramen?
Well, I don't make it now, but like, cause I had to put when I was in California, we couldn't use our stoves there. Like
That's
a lot
crazy.
of
That's really
a
weird.
lot of the places they were like, you can't use propane stoves. Like
That's so
you
weird.
used to be able to, and they
Yeah.
were like, you can't use them here. You can't use them here.
So
really?
what did you use to cook?
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's-
I put my propane stove away in my storage when I was in Santa Cruz because I didn't think I was gonna be able to use it, and it was just kind of like wasting a lot of room.
Yeah.
So, but when I did cook, I used to make ramen. But other than that, like I'm
But how
pretty
did
much
you
like
cook
raw.
it though? Like, did you just get hot water somewhere? How did you cook it though? Like how
Well, yeah, like when I had my stove, but I haven't I haven't
Huh.
used my stove since I came back to California from the East Coast.
Okay.
So it's been like
Okay.
tuna packets.
I saw a good question up here. Where was it at? Where was it at? Well, you guys can.
Like I'm trying not to like.
We're trying to read your
shiver.
comments, but
Yeah,
Okay,
there's a
I
lot
need to
of
get
stuff in
on
there.
mine and look at
Can
some
you
of
give
them.
the kids a shout out?
Abby, Addison, and Aaron Isaac, or is it Aaron and Isaac?
Aaron, Isaac, you guys are awesome. Thanks for coming in and watching it.
All three of you are amazing. I also like that all of your names have an A in it.
Yeah, that's
Is your
pretty cool.
mom? Are you all? Is everyone in your family's name start with an A? Because that'd be really cool. You call it like the 5 A's or something.
But
That's no. Everybody in my uncle and my aunt, and all their kids all start with a C. So they have it like it's like their icons. Like everybody in their family's name starts with a C. So like the C family.
I think this question right here really kind of, I think we'll all have like kind of the same type of answer. From Trevor, how do you guys learn to work on your Jeeps?
Good one for you. Start.
I kind of just got forced into it. I don't know. Just working on a Jeep, stuff breaks, stuff goes bad with it. It's an older vehicle, so you kind of have to just learn how to do it. YouTube's a really good contributor to that. So that's how I learned a lot of my stuff from YouTube.
I'm gonna like elaborate on that for you. So we know how you probably. So that's how you learned to work on your Jeep. But like, did you know how to work on cars before that? Since a Jeep is basically still a vehicle.
So I had a Suzuki Swift. If you guys know what it is, good to you. It's a really cool car.
I'd never heard of it.
But
before.
that was my first vehicle, and I had to change the clutch in it, and I really didn't know how. My dad just kind of told me to go do it. He was there kind of like watching me, but I didn't know, I had no idea. I was working at the shop then, and kind of knew a little bit about mechanics, but not a whole lot. So that was kind of like the first taste of having to work on your own vehicle was that Suzuki Swift. And without that, I don't think I would have the Jeep with a manual, because yeah, it'd be a lot different now. But you never know, things go different sometimes.
Is that off?
Yeah.
Alright. So for me, funny story. I was totally into BMX. Like, I didn't even care about cars at all. My whole life revolved around BMX, and I learned how to work on my bike, of course. Like, I could take my whole bike apart, put it back together. I learned everything there was to know about the bike. So naturally, once I started getting my driver's license, I immediately wanted to know like everything there was to know about cars. I started studying it, YouTube, TV shows, and my first vehicle was actually the Jeep I'm traveling, and it was the first car I bought with my own money, and I bought it wrecked. And I didn't even get to drive it for like the first 3 months of having it, I think, because I had to like rip the whole thing apart and kind of learn how to work on it. And because I didn't really have a choice, I just kind of learned, one thing at a time. Take stuff apart and you learn how it goes back together, and a few years later I'm over here doing a transmission swap and taking engines halfway apart. So like you just kind of learn by working on it, I guess. A great start is just to get a project vehicle, preferably one that runs but still needs work, and then learning the components, and it's basically just an overglorified puzzle.
Yeah.
Jen?
And pause real quick. Back to the question we just had before this, Aaron Gambler. My wife's name is Anna. We're the A team. That's really
sweet.
cool.
The
So
A team.
That's cool that your guys' names are all start with an A. That's
I didn't
really
even
awesome.
think of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I love how you guys call yourself the A team. That's really cool.
The lady who asked us to shout our kids out,
Aw.
everybody in their family
Yeah.
starts with an A, so
Oh,
they're
that's
the A
cool.
That's
team.
really cool. All right, so you're.
Sorry.
What was the question?
How did you learn how to work on your Jeep?
I don't really work on my Jeep. I leave that for the boys to do. When I did have my TJ, I did balance my tires and change my oil.
So you know
Okay.
how to change your oil.
I know how to change oil. I haven't done it in a long time, but
I think the biggest issue for Jen is even if she wanted to learn how to work on her Jeep, she does not have enough of a setup to even carry tools like at
right,
all.
I don't.
So
yeah,
it's
she has really minimalist stuff in there.
I feel like, and she probably, you know, saves money with not having to carry around all the extra stuff, which in turn helps her, you know, not have to. I like working in my own vehicle, but also with my Jeep definitely needs more maintenance than hers. I don't think she's had as much bad luck as I have. So
Knock on wood.
knock on
Yeah.
wood on fire. So, but she probably
And it's a lot newer too.
yeah, it's a lot newer too. So, but I mean, she knows how to change her oil, so that's a big plus because most even boys don't even know how to do that, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
I saw
how
this
did you
question-
learn how to do that though? That's probably
So I honestly I don't really remember. Oh, there was a shop where you could come in and you can rent a space and do all the
Uh-huh.
work yourself.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
so I came in there, and of course, when you have a Jeep and you're a girl and you're in a shop with a whole bunch of guys, they're gonna be like, hey, do you need help? So they kind of like a whole bunch of guys that were in there working on their
and that kind
trucks.
of
It was
touched
a
your
trucks.
nerve.
Yeah, so they all kind of like, well, I
Do that
mean,
one.
I'm not going to say no, you know, but they helped me, and so I learned that way. So I'm
That's my
trying to.
sister.
Huh?
Sorry,
was
someone
that it then?
Someone was
Yeah, yeah,
pointing.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, someone was pointing out that we were matching, but no homo.
Oh.
Anyways, I saw this question a while ago. I don't remember who said it, but what kind of tires are you guys running? And we were all running the same exact tires, BF Goodrich, KO2s.
Yes.
I think they are the best all-around tire for what we
You
are
don't-
doing.
No, you don't think they are. They are the best.
For what we
you
are
don't have
doing.
to think.
Because we're driving highway, we're driving off-road.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of just a happy medium.
Yeah, I definitely think if you have like a full out rig that you're gonna trailer it to where you're gonna go off road and you are in a muddy area, mud tires, you can't beat mud tires for mud. There's just no way. But if you daily your vehicle, but you're gonna track it once in a while, take it to a trail, KO2 BFG all terrains are like the number one. I've never seen any other tire that can compete.
Bye, Hannah.
Oh, by Hannah.
Bye, Hannah.
But yeah, definitely. That I picked them because every tire I've ever seen, they seem like the best medium for highway and for off-road use. And I've taken my Jeep on some pretty gnarly trails, and I've never had a problem with them. They seem like the best option so far for me.
They're just a really good tire, honestly.
They
all
really
around.
are.
They're
Why
a
did
really
you
good
pick
tire.
the BFG KO2s?
I had the mud terrain tires, but they were way too noisy on the highway.
That's
I
another
mean, you
thing, too.
you can't drive those things on the highway. Like there's just wah.
Yeah.
They probably wear out
so-
faster too.
And you
I-
probably do a lot of highway miles too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
And so this was with my TJ though. So I
Oh,
had
okay.
one with my TJ. I had the mud terrains. I had 31s though at the time because with the TJ you have to have the lift before you can get the 33s
Yeah.
put on there.
Yeah.
And so
won't fit.
I had a 3-inch lift on my TJ, and I decided to just like stick with BF Goodrich, and I got the 33. What is it? The,
33 BFG KO2s.
Yep.
Did you have a
And-
stock TJ before the lift?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's low, huh?
Yes.
It's really
That's why
low.
they said because I wanted the
Yeah.
33 inches, and they're like you're gonna have to lift it because
Yeah.
it's gonna rub,
Yeah.
you know. So
Base Camp Unbounded. How much does your trailer weigh? I really don't know,
200 pounds.
but I can sit there and lift it up and walk it around camp, so it doesn't weigh that much. I would
Guesstimate?
guess maybe 800 pounds.
I was gonna guess less than that.
It's a little heavy, but it's not that heavy.
You could probably
It's-
pull it with your arms and just
I can definitely pick it up and move it around camp.
yeah.
But yeah, it's balanced pretty good. Let's just say that. Let's see here. I run KO2s, and I gotta agree with they are the best tires.
They are.
Should we
it's lasted
get
me a
into-
long time.
Yeah, should we get into another question now?
He said, "Are you running the BTS?" But I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
We're gonna. Sean has another question for us, so we're gonna have to catch up in the comments in a minute. All right, what's the next question, Sean?
Okay, let's do craziest stories on the road.
Craziest stories. Is scary included or just crazy?
Just your wildest, bestest story you have.
Bestest story. We'll have Jen start with this one, and then I'll go.
I don't know. I have like the wildest, craziest story. I
You
don't
probably
know.
have
Other
a
than
lot more.
other than well, I mean, actually, I don't have any like really scary. I don't consider them to be scary. Crazy. I don't know.
Well, I know you have
Yeah.
at least one. I can think of just one on my own.
I know it's a hard question to ask
But
on
you
the
have
spot.
how many? But how long have you been on the road though? Like living in your Jeep? How many years has that been?
For 5. Well, I can tell you a story, but it's a really, really long story. So
Is it a
I
good
don't
story
know how.
though?
It's
It's campfire story worthy.
It's campfire story worthy,
I
but
think we
it's
have
kind
time.
of long. So, okay, so this is what got me into actually being okay with living in my Jeep.
Like
Was the
full-time?
very first time that I ended up living in my Jeep was when I came back from New Zealand. I had absolutely nothing. I came back from New Zealand. Like, it's just a long story, but long story short, I came back from New Zealand with nothing, but I had my Jeep. I was still making payments on it, but I didn't make any payments on it for 2 months.
This Jeep now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2 months, so it goes under repo. And so I was sleeping in it. I was in Calabasas, California. I was sleeping in it. And 2 o'clock in the morning, repo guy comes and
Oh,
starts
really?
cranking my Jeep up
Oh yeah.
at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in my underwear.
Oh,
and
my
the
gosh.
spotlight comes in, and they had no idea that somebody was in there, and they were
Uh-huh.
trying to repo my Jeep while I was sleeping inside.
Wow.
And so, like, I had to, like, bang on the window, like, hey, guys, I'm in here. And they're like, oh, my God, she's in there. Like, you know. So they were nice enough, and I had to take all my stuff out, and they took away my Jeep, and they took me
Wow.
to the hotel. And it was, like, the saddest story ever. But I was like, you know what?
It's like a
Sleeping in my
movie
Jeep
scene.
wasn't so bad. I could do, like, because I was so scared.
Yeah.
I was just like anybody else that's never, like, actually kind of, like, slept in
the
their
Jeep?
vehicle.
Yeah.
And I was okay, so I was like, okay, well, this is kind of my safe haven. But
It's weird that after that though made you think, hey, I want to do this more instead
yeah,
of being like,
well,
hey, I
you know
don't
what?
ever want to
You know-
do this
you know
again.
It's so cool, and I think it's just like if you live in California, if you're like if you're like in that whole little like rat race where you're like working to pay rent, and then you know like that whole like that you
Yeah.
don't want to be in, you're like when you live in your Jeep, it's kind of like freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go anywhere. You don't have to deal with like horrible roommates. You don't have to deal with like spending like, you know, you're working your butt off to
Just to
just
pay
pay
off.
rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And so, yeah, so I was like, I'll just like, you know, travel. I like traveling. And so, but the one cool story, I'm not going to like go like crazy on it, is if you guys ever go to New Hampshire, you have to take the, what is it? I can't remember what it's called. It's like this road. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay.
I'll come
start,
back.
Start with your story.
Okay, wait, what was the question again?
Craziest story.
experience. Okay, so I only have like 2, so I'm gonna name the one that happened recently. I was in a parking lot. I was about to order food somewhere, but I was just kind of chilling there, and this homeless guy walks up to me, and he's like mumbling something to me, and I don't know what he's saying. He's on the passenger side, so Kai's like sitting up, like what's going on, because it was nighttime, and he's mumbling something, and like I don't know what he's saying, and I'm like in the parking lot, and I didn't want to be rude. So he walks over to the driver's side door, and I lock my door because I really don't know this guy or what his intentions are, and I didn't know what he was saying. And then he started just like asking me if I could help him out because it's cold outside, and I told him I really can't. I'm sorry. You know, maybe there's places he can, you know, find a place to sleep because I know that there's established places for homeless people sometimes just to get out of the cold at night. And he just like kept repeating himself over and over. I cracked the window a bit so I could at least understand him, but I told him like I really don't have that much money either, and you know I wish I could help him, but I can't. And you know, and like those situations kind of stink for me because I'm the kind of guy who sees someone walking on the side of the road and I really want to help them, but at the end of the day, you really gotta like put yourself first. I mean, as far as safety, and I've heard the stories of people who have, you know, like really take advantage of people trying to help them. It's like one of the reasons why it's like never pick up hitchhikers because it's just not worth the risk. Sure, maybe they are just a helpless bystander who just needs a ride, and that's like one thing I like not having another seat in the Jeep because I don't have to feel as bad about not being able to pick people up. So,
Yeah.
but so far that's probably the craziest experience. There was one more, but it really ended up not being anything interesting. It was just kind of scared me for a second. But what's yours though? Since I'm sure you have one since you came up with the question.
It's not really a crazy story. It's more like a cool story, I
Cool
guess.
story.
Yeah.
Something exciting
So I was on the coast of California and just doing my normal thing. I had the setup like Trevor does now with the cot in there. And I was just there cooking my dinner. I think I was cooking dinner at the time. and this guy on a motorcycle and his girlfriend, well, more like a lady friend, was on the back of the motorcycle, and they pull over right where I was at, and the tire was flat on the motorcycle. So I tried to help him out with my air compressor I had, but it was pierced on the sidewall, and I couldn't really fix it. I didn't have any of those tire patches things, and so either way, we hung out for 2 hours. I ended up calling them a tow truck with my AAA, and yeah, we hung out by my Jeep for 2 hours. I showed him a few of my videos. They liked them, and he lived in San Francisco on a sailboat. So he told me by the time I got down there, I can go live or stay with him a few nights on his sailboat in San Francisco, and he showed me around the city, which is really cool.
That's actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, and I have a whole video on that on my channel. And yeah, so I stayed with him for I think 2 nights on his sailboat. Really awesome experience, and it makes you just think like you really don't know who you're gonna meet on the road, and you kind of just gotta put yourself out there and have the fun experiences you can have
And I think
living on
that's
the road.
one of the coolest things. Like, have you
yeah.
ever heard people say like it's not what you know, it's who you know? And I feel like something like one of my biggest goals for this channel is hopefully to meet enough people that like I can genuinely know people around the world, and create relationships with people. Like even Sean and I met this really cool guy who we never heard back from, but while we were in Utah, this guy named Scott that we met up with, and he was like a really cool guy, and just like meeting people like that, and like, or Sean, like this guy he met on the sailboat, like, you never know when you might run into those people again, especially like, if we ever settle down and just on a vacation, just knowing people, having connections, it's just really cool.
Yeah, he even offered me. Offer me.
Is that? I'm not good with grammar, don't ask me.
Yeah, but either way, he also like if I wanted to join his crew, because he had a crew, like he went out on the boat, like he wanted to sail around the world.
Boat gang.
Yeah, he wanted like for me to join with him, so that was really cool.
He was like,
these
join
two
us, and
questions are
together we will rule the galaxy.
Yeah, these 2 questions are for you right there from Aaron, and this is the Jeep Life.
Trevor, do you prefer YJ over other Jeeps? I'm partial to TJs like Sean's for the coils. I'm a little offended, not gonna lie. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I usually tell people TJs are definitely a lot more modern. Do you have cruise control in yours?
No,
but there
2000 up, I think they did.
There are some. If you get a TJ, some of them do have that. Off-road, 90% of the time, coil springs are going to be better. On the road, they're a lot softer. You just have a lot more modern technology. However, if you have never driven either like an older Jeep, YJs, like some people say that, and I feel like this is usually old school people, YJ is the last quote-unquote real Jeep. And I'd have to disagree with that. However, I do think YJs were the last Jeep that had that classic feel in them. And I just can't get away from that feel. It's just so hard to get away from that. I actually was starting to think a little bit more practically, and I wanted to get a JK, more like Jen's setup, just something simple, something that's better for the road, something that's not going to need as much maintenance. And one day I was just driving my Jeep down the road, and I was just like soaking it all in, and I was like, you know what, I just feel like taking this Jeep adventure in a modern car would just not feel the same. And although, I mean, I have so many breakdowns in this Jeep, it always needs something fixed. I just love the classic feel in it. So I don't know if I would actually give up the YJ for the TJ, but I definitely think that if it's your preference, like, TJs are really great, honestly. Like, I can't argue with the comfort and factor and the more modern factor of it, but no.
And I can say definitely, I used to have a YJ, and the other day, just getting back into Trevor's Jeep, just testing the brakes, like real quick, I miss my YJ. I can say that definitely for sure.
It's like it.
But it's nice having the TJ for the coil springs.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit more comfortable, but leaf springs they're solid. They've been around for a while for a reason. So.
Yeah. If I didn't have all the weight in my Jeep, I would probably be tuning it, honestly. Like they don't flex as much, but you can go straight up and down on those suckers and just hit dunes. They're pretty sweet.
And then this one here for you. This is the Life.
And I enjoy your videos. Keep them up. And whenever you're in Washington, feel free to hit me up, and I'll be best to help out. Awesome. Thanks so much, man. I want to hit California for my next state, but like Jen's telling me, really like making me second guess all of those decisions. But I've seen some really cool places in Washington. I definitely want to hit that up soon. And I have trouble keeping track. I've had a lot of people who are like, hey, if you're ever in my area, hit me up. So basically, if you've ever asked if to keep you posted, it's probably better. I'll just mention where I am in my videos and where I'm going. And if you're in the area, just let me know, and I'll go from there.
Okay, one more shout out, and then we got to catch back up on the comments here. TJ Grandma Benson watching says hi. Hello, TJ.
Wait. Go back.
Benson.
Wait, where was it?
Right here. Kenzie Martin.
Hey, Grandma. Do you mean Benton?
Benton. I thought it said Benson. Oh.
Benton. Grandma Benton. That's my grandma.
Yeah. We'll give a shout out.
Okay, hi,
Hello.
Grandma.
Okay, we got to catch back up to the comments here. Let's see. Let's find something to talk about.
Oh, that road I was telling you guys about, it's called Mount Washington Auto Road.
Is it in Washington?
No, it's in New Hampshire.
Okay.
I think they do a lot of Jeep runs. They do a lot of.
Joey McDonald asks, Sean, do you ever have heat soak issues? No, I do not.
What that is.
It's with the TJ, the engine. It's a little different than yours.
Okay.
I think the third cylinder gets really hot and it causes the engine to overheat.
Oh, okay.
But no, I do not. My engine actually runs really cool.
Put this over.
I don't know if someone upgraded that. Like, I know you can get some heat soak material for the exhaust, but I don't know if someone did it before I did. I bought it with 175 miles on it, so it's very possible someone did that already. But no, my engine runs very cool. In the summer, running the AC, it gets a little warm, but nothing to be concerned about. So I've been very happy with my Jeep performance.
I feel like we started a little argument over what the real Jeep is in the comments.
Yeah.
What's the last real Jeep?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why you people are the reason the wave is dying out. You're like, I'm not gonna wave at that JK. It's not a real Jeep.
Yeah.
And then, that's why. I mean, everybody blames on the JKs. I wonder if it's just all the old timers who just despise JK so much that they just don't want to keep it up. Shame on you. Everybody should wave at every Jeep, except for compasses. Don't wave at compasses.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Yeah, don't
They're
wave at
mistakes.
compasses or renegades.
Yeah.
Baby Jeep.
Let's see here. My Jeep is a 1998. And I didn't want a over 2000 Jeep. Yeah, and it was cheap when I bought it, so it was good. Questions for everyone. If you had 10 million to spend on Jeep upgrades tomorrow, what would you do?
I would save it so I can buy gas and food.
Yeah. If I had 10 grand to spend on my Jeep, I would probably change the engine out. And that would probably be most of the chunk of that change.
Birdie.
I'm
Brody.
the same person.
She didn't change. She's like,
But
who
yeah,
is this?
I would probably do an engine swap,
What would you swap?
a diesel. $10,000 can give me.
That's about where all the money would go, though.
It would go all to that probably. And if I had some left over, I would swap axles also.
I feel like that'd be part of it, though. I
Yeah.
don't think you could run the Dana 35 with that.
I think the torque from the diesel would blow out the
it'd
Danas.
blow it out. Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, if I had 10 grand tomorrow to upgrade my Jeep, I don't think I'd upgrade the engine. I would probably get an Atlas transfer case first off. I'd get a Ford 8x8 differential in the rear. Keep the 4x8 gears probably. I would probably get lockers for front and rear. Probably some kind of like air compressor locker of some kind. I would probably get my whole Jeep like checked out as far as like the welds on it. I'd probably get everything like welded together real tight and cozy so it's not having all these issues it's having now. I'd get a new AC compressor. I would pay somebody to redo my dash to a CJ7 dash, and I say that because I want it to be solid. If I had the money, I would just pay people to do the work so I don't have to, jerry rig it.
Yeah.
Now, this is if I had 10 grand. I still would like to maybe do a dash upgrade only because my dog tore up my dash. But if I was going to do it without the 10 grand, I would do it myself. Obviously, probably find a junkyard. But with 10 grand, what else would I do to it? I'd probably get a better front bumper. I would get a trailer. I'd probably get some kind of military trailer, and I would get a motorcycle on the back of it, a project
Right,
motorbike.
trailer alone's 10 grand, so you went over
No,
the
it's
budget
not.
there.
You went like $1,500 in yours. It's
Yeah,
not 10 grand.
I got a
Okay.
really good deal on it though.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
but we're thinking of everything. That's probably.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'd spend $1,000 on a military trailer, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Mhm.
And then I'd put like a $300 motorbike in the back to work on. So really, no,
I still
I'm
have
just
that
thinking
one.
smart.
You can buy it.
I know Sean's got a motorcycle. What was it? $400?
$400 yours.
$400 is mine, and I drove it, and I'm so torn, but it's leaking fuel so bad. But if someone gave me $400 tomorrow, I would probably get it. Have Sean help me weld some solid stuff onto the bumper so I could put the bike on the back of it. I genuinely would probably buy it, but I don't have $500 to spend. So, okay, Jen, if you had $10,000 to spend on the Jeep tomorrow to upgrade it, what would you do?
First thing is to replace my tires because you saw how bald.
Yeah.
I put
They're
a
getting
lot of
low.
miles on those.
They're getting a little low.
How many miles do you have on your tires actually? Do you know?
Those
Too many.
Like I'm gonna say 70,000, 80,000.
That's why
miles.
KO2s are the best for what we are doing.
They are. How long did it last? I missed that. Sorry.
So I got those tires in 2016.
You've driven across state already
And I've
too.
driven
Twice.
twice
Across the
the
state.
country.
You know, BFG Goodrich should just sponsor you at this point.
That's what I was trying to. I was like trying to get there. And I'm like, hey, you know, like
Bruce
sponsor
sent a bunch of
me.
questions.
So.
Oh, cool. We have a whole row. And there was one though I had in the comments that we'll get to you in a second, Bruce. I promise. The hand.
We'll
Sorry, was
answer
that all of
Bruce's
yours?
questions in a little
Oh,
while.
I would pretty much just keep this Jeep the same, like, but just kind of like
even a roof rack?
cosmetically.
And that's interesting
I
for
would.
you.
I mean, I would. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I would do, but I know for a fact that I would replace the tires immediately and then get all of the leaks and all that stuff replaced. But I don't know if I would. I'm waiting to get another Jeep before I lift this one up because once I get another Jeep, this one is going to be specifically for off-roading.
So you want two
Gotcha.
Jeeps?
Yes.
You want a second Jeep?
I want a second Jeep. So it'll be
Wait,
my third
okay.
Jeep.
Would you get a 4-door or a 2-door?
I would get a 4-door. I
Okay.
would get a 4-door, and then I would put a roof rack
And
on
we had
that
this
one.
question
Yeah, we
yesterday.
kind of
I
discussed
would-
this yesterday.
I wouldn't put a roof rack on this one, but I would put a roof rack. Well, I mean, yeah, I would put a roof rack on the 4-door.
That
Okay.
was actually a question someone had here about rooftop tents, so I guess I kind of answered it for them. I don't know if you're asking her or me. Me personally, I don't think I'd ever get a rooftop tent for multiple reasons I've mentioned before. But basically, I just like the security of sleeping in my vehicle and not having to worry
Too,
about people.
kinda.
Yeah, I don't like. Now, the rooftop tent's great for a lot of things, but I like the ability to go to like an Anytime Fitness or a Walmart and not have people know that I'm just right up there and like it's like a red flag. I'm sleeping up here. You know, come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, either break into my vehicle while I'm up here or you attack me. You know, slice their knife through.
yeah. And
But,
that's the thing. I have a rooftop tent on a trailer, and I cannot sleep in Walmart parking lots or any kind of parking lot on the side of the street. I have to find a
He
spot
has
like
to
this.
find camping spots. And
Yeah,
like,
so it may
Oh,
take a little
gosh.
longer so I can get out somewhere, you know. So it makes it just that much harder, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody wants to know what the temperature is here. I think it's like 30, but I don't remember.
It's cold. That's what it is.
I like this one. This is the one I was looking at. What are you all doing for Christmas? So Sean, what are you doing for Christmas?
I kind of take it day by day, so I have no idea. But yeah, honestly, no idea. So
That's
give me
probably-
plans.
That's me. I have no idea, honestly. I've had my parents obviously are like, come back home for Christmas, but they're like 24 hours away. I've had family, or not family, but basically family, really close friends of mine who have told me, you know, just so you know, if you want to come over for Christmas, just let us know. We'd love to have you. And, you know, they've offered, but they're like 12 hours away. And then I personally am just like, I'm not driving very far until I get my Jeep bolted together. So we need to get some stuff fixed. What about you, Jen? What is Christmas plans?
I'm kind of like, you know, doing the whole like taking it day by day. I don't really
Yeah.
have any Christmas plans.
think
mean,
all of us are
I
kinda
actually
just-
want to work. Like I want
Really?
to. Well, I want to like refuel my travel
Oh,
funds.
okay, so you want to start.
So I want to like figure out some way to just get like the money to start traveling
Yeah.
again because I mean I don't like staying in one spot. I really am a nomad. Like I do not
Yeah.
like staying in one spot.
I really
for a long
and like
time.
I experienced that in when I was in Utah and even made a video about it because I just got
You're
so
just, like,
bored
stir
sitting
crazy.
there and I was like going crazy because I was like, what am I
Yeah.
doing with my life right now? And I was like, I live in a Jeep. I can go wherever I want. Why am I
I-
sitting here waiting for a stupid camera repair? And yeah, so like I definitely get that. Like I don't
I-
even know how it's live in a house at this point. I love traveling.
That's yeah, and that's another thing is just like me living in a. I mean, unless I own the house, it'd be my
Yeah.
base camp, like my base, you know, home.
Yeah, like if I had a
But-
house and the Jeep to travel with,
Right.
but
Yeah.
so I you know once I get burnt out or whatever, I can go sit in a house, realize that I hate it, and get back in my
Yeah,
Jeep.
but I need to see new places. I need to be, new experiences and just,
Everyone's talking about the V8 Hemi.
Oh really?
Yeah.
We got a whole conversation
Um,
going. Maybe go into
oh.
Bruce's question.
Joey McDonald asked, "What's your YouTube, Jen?"
my YouTube.
Are you doing YouTube still?
Jeep, well, I
Nomad.
mean, Jeep Nomad vlogs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put both of their once this video's up, I'm gonna put in the description both of their channels if you want to follow them. Definitely go check them out. But continue on with like what you're about to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
just-
sorry to cut out.
No. I haven't been like making vlogs very much. I'm more of the Instagram like short story kind of thing. I like the short, videos more than the long ones.
Yeah.
I have a lot of video. Like I should probably show you guys some of the footage I got.
I mean,
from,
we could
like,
even
my...
maybe go to a coffee shop or something tomorrow and look through what you have.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
from,
not.
like, East
She's still trying to
Coast.
figure out the YouTube thing, but her Instagram game is solid. She posts a lot of really cool stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, so check out her Instagram. What's your Instagram? Say it.
Jeep Nomad. Jeep_Nomad.
Jeep
_ Nomad.
What is it? Space? Can you do? Is it like space or is it just underscore?
It has to be underscore on Instagram, I think. So Jeep_ Nomad. I'm gonna put their Instagrams in the description below when they remind me to, because otherwise it's gonna take a week for me to remember.
It's how it always goes.
But definitely, I actually found the only way I found her was I was looking through like #JeepLife, I think, on Instagram, and I found her account, and we just started talking over DMs and stuff because we both. Well, I hadn't lived in my Jeep yet, but I was like, I want to do this, and it's cool that you're doing it. And I didn't even realize like she has a whole backstory. She's been doing this for like 4 years now. So I mean, she even like you were doing it before Jake, or were you doing it like at the same time?
I was doing it like so I found him when he was like he had like a couple hundred subscribers or something like that, and I was kind of like whatever,
Yeah,
because
who's
he
this
was,
weirdo?
Yeah, who's this weirdo? Because he was, but like I kind of like watched it and everything, and we were kind of going through the same thing, except he documented it.
Yeah.
I
so
didn't.
it gave you like a way to.
Yeah, so I was traveling and stuff, but I wasn't like, hey, I want to meet up with this guy, like, because I wasn't like that. I kind of wanted.
You wanted to be alone.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do it on my by myself.
Yeah.
But
she was still like a veteran. She's like a veteran to this. Like me and Sean basically have the same story. Jake inspired us, but you're like
minimalist. That's why I was
know.
like, because I used to have a bunch of stuff with me, and then I just realized that I can travel the whole entire U.S. and not even show anybody that I live in my Jeep.
Yeah. So we're kind of exposing her now. She's probably gonna be really mad about this.
Yeah.
Now everybody's gonna know who she is and where she is.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Aaron Gamber coming up with good questions. Do you carry any sort of weapons for self-defense?
I cannot answer. No, I'm just kidding.
Me and Trevor both have the same gun.
Yeah.
It's the Tars G3. His is a G2.
Just don't mess with us. We have stuff hidden in secret places.
Yeah, don't try to break into my stuff or else we'll hunt you down.
We also have dogs who will be more than happy to rip an arm off.
Yeah.
You wouldn't guess it, but Kai is actually very protective. Like I used to be a little skeptical about him. I thought it would be cool to have a dog for self-defense reasons, but honestly, even though that people say that huskies aren't very protective, I'm fully convinced that Kai will rip someone's arm off if they ever break in. And also, fun fact, huskies actually have almost as strong a bite as a Rottweiler. I learned that recently. They're mean. What's this one?
I have my own armory. I
You have
don't
your own
share.
armory?
Yeah, I have my own armory. I don't share any of that.
She's actually got like knives on her boot and stuff. She's got like these. If you've
Just
ever seen
so-
Avatar,
I mean,
May,
well, my
you have like
Jeep's,
daggers.
I met him at the coffee shop earlier. She pulled a sword on me. Yeah.
She didn't know who he was. He just scared her, and she's like.
That one's for you there.
Trevor, how are the LED headlights working out for you? If you
So
daily
warm.
your Jeep, buy the LED headlights. I'm gonna put them in the link of my description soon because it's every time I try to get an upgrade on my Jeep, I try to put it in the description. So if you're curious about anything I have, any of my gear, I put that in the description. I really need to update it.
Yeah.
But honestly, the LED headlights are incredible. I don't know how I ever lived without them. And technically, I didn't. I was running off cliffs quite literally.
Yeah.
They are incredible. Definitely get them.
I can firsthand say there are night and day difference.
They are.
When he was following me out to campsites, I could not see him at all before. And now it's like he's blinding me in my rear view mirrors.
He knows when I'm behind him, but he can't see me.
Yeah. Kai is also a herding dog.
He is. Yes, she was actually. Her husband was the one who let him out when he started chasing cows.
Yeah. Okay.
It took me like an hour to get him back.
Would you ever run 37s?
That's a good question.
792.
Would I ever? I don't know. I don't think I'd do it living in my Jeep. I think 35s are the biggest I would go.
Yeah.
I think 37s are
without
kind of.
upgrading axles.
Yeah, without upgrading axles, I'd go with 33s, no bigger.
Yeah.
I would definitely snap an apple.
With the
axle
Dana
with the
35s, especially his 35s, they're different than my
Yeah.
35s. They're different than her 35s.
Yeah, different gearing and different
Yeah.
axles. I would definitely break it. I'd definitely break something with 35s even, I think. But yeah, I don't think I'd go bigger than 35, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't realize like you always look at the pros of bigger tires, but there's really a lot of cons that happen with bigger tires too. And
You gotta do a lot of stuff to your vehicle.
You gotta find that like right balance to
Yeah.
that, because just as many things can go wrong with bigger tires as things can go right. So
33s are like the good
I
tire
feel like
size.
33 is like the perfect size for a daily vehicle, or especially I heard someone say like you really don't need anything bigger than 33 for overlanding, and it's just a big, like, honestly, bigger tires for overlanding is mostly just so you can get the attention. It looks really cool, but it's really impractical for especially just daily use on the highway and stuff, and just what we do. I've never done anything that made me wish I had bigger tires so far, aside from looking at my Jeep. Like, looking at it and going, man, it looked better with bigger tires, but as far as practical use, I've never actually gone over an obstacle and been, man, if I had bigger tires, I could do this.
Yeah, me
Unless
too.
it was like something
gonna let me pet
extreme that
you?
I still wouldn't do just because of the weight in the Jeep.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if without upgrading axles, 33s I think are the best tire size for Dana 35s, with a lift
Sorry.
and all that other stuff you gotta put on them. Just around 35s or 33s. But yeah, if I had Dana 60s, I would maybe consider 37s.
Oh yeah, Dana 60s, yeah, but that's just, you got to get your clearance back after that. That's huge.
How about headlocks? I don't know what are headlocks. I don't know what headlocks are.
I actually don't know either.
Yeah. If you want to know what Coast Guard sweatshirt, Trevor has my info. I'll send you.
Oh, I need a Coast Guard.
Hey, send us some sweatshirts.
Send us. Actually, I'll give
Yeah.
you.
I'll take some sweatshirts for sure.
Remind me, and I'll give you an address, and we can get them all shipped to one address, and I'll pick them up as long as they don't take too long. I'll
Yeah.
definitely get them eventually if I have to.
Tell them we'll show them off in the video too.
Yeah, we'll show them off in the videos and be like, yeah, Coast Guard Squad, sponsored via Joey McDonald.
Yeah, right.
Okay, should we go to Bruce's questions?
Yeah,
Probably now.
Go to the text messages.
Okay, yeah. One of Sean and I's biggest supporters sent us a bunch of questions, and since he gives us so much support, we got to answer them.
First
Okay.
off, tell who Bruce is.
Bruce-
I feel like he deserves it.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
Bruce is actually, I know that he was, I think, my number, if not my first, he was my second. I think he was my first, though. My first supporter, a really big supporter of mine. He's a super generous guy. I think he's given me and Sean, like, more than enough stuff to
Yeah.
pull us off. Like, honestly, super generous guy, super friendly guy. He's been in Jake's videos. I don't know if you guys would remember that. It's some of the earlier ones, but he was a big supporter of Jake early on. Big supporter for me and Sean, probably because, you know, we both, he's just really into the whole Jeep thing, and definitely gonna meet him one day. That's my goal. Sean is probably, I think Sean has the same goal here, and I don't think he knows too much about Jen, mostly because she's so independent she won't even take support from people. She just likes to do her own thing, but yeah, he's a super cool guy. And
Hold on, before we get into questions, I want to say something
Wait.
to Bruce.
wait, Sean wants to say something too.
I gotta be right there. Hold
Testimonial.
on. Keep talking.
I keep talking.
Okay.
So
saying
we
good things.
interrupt this message to bring to you Fire, sponsored via God, who, you know, gave us the ability to warm ourselves. Also, cavemen apparently discovered this. I really don't know what the history is.
Okay.
Okay, we're back with
And there was
Sean.
All right, before we get into Bruce's
I think I got a
questions,
splinter.
I cannot say enough good things about Bruce. He is such a awesome dude, and he really is just one of those guys that want to just support you, and he really wants to have you stay out there as long as you can and just enjoy life. And I cannot say enough thank you, Bruce, for me, Trevor, and you're just a huge supporter.
Huge
Thank you.
motivational.
Huge
person.
motivation. Yeah.
We would
And,
not be on the road without you, probably, honestly.
I think if I didn't have you supporting me, I would definitely not be doing this still.
You wouldn't have a drone for sure.
I wouldn't have a drone. Yeah. Just thank you, Bruce, so much.
And then now to Bruce's questions. What's everyone's favorite show? Okay, Sean, what's your favorite show?
Favorite show? I watch what's that one show? Not
I have
Survivor.
no idea.
Alone. I watch Alone a lot, and that's
Actually, I
a really
don't know what that
that's a
is.
really good show. It's on Netflix. It's pretty much they take 10 people out and they have to survive for as long as they can to outlast other people. No help at all from them. But yeah, that'd be really cool to do one day, actually.
I don't know. I go through like so many different shows, and I go through phases. So if I was gonna pick a number one though, like if I had to pick one favorite show, I'm gonna have to say Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's a good show, also.
It's such a good show. It was really funny when it got on Netflix. It became like the number one most trending, and people were like, but honestly, it's such a well-written show. People still are like realizing, like, I still learning new details. Like, I really think that the writers totally overthought the show when they made it. It is such a good show. If you've never seen it, definitely watch it. I've gotten so many people into that show because it is just so well written. the movie does not do it justice. They butchered it, but love that show. Okay, Jen.
I don't really watch too many TV shows, but the last one that I watched was The Walking Dead. I have a thing
Walking Dead, really?
Yeah, I have a thing for survival shows and movies and everything, so that would probably be it. But
Isn't there like 10 seasons of that?
Yeah, I mean, other than like Game of Thrones, but that was like a long time ago. But I don't really watch too much TV or anything, so.
I feel like I watch too much.
I'm kind of like a cave woman.
Okay.
I guess.
Cave woman who lives in her Jeep.
Like, I read books.
Second question: how do you go to the bathroom? Being a guy, you can go out anywhere.
You get up and go behind a tree.
Yeah, it's the same question, same answer for him.
Yeah, if you have to, you dig a hole. Like, honestly, I've only had to do it once so far, thankfully. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. That's pretty much it.
I've done it a few times. You guys, if you guys watch my videos, I have a hitch shitter. Excuse my French, but yeah. Plug that in.
This is a PG show.
It's a plug and play, and it's probably different.
He actually showed me that. That's kind of cool. It goes on the hitch, and it's like a toilet seat.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
You pull in somewhere, back up, you do your business, pull out. Yeah.
He's done it at gas stations. You just back.
No, I don't do it at gas stations.
There's a bush right here. I can sneak in.
On the highway, just pull in. Yeah.
Back up.
And,
no.
Jen, how do you use the restroom?
One or two, or both.
I
don't know how to answer this because I'm a girl. We don't go to the bathroom.
That's right. She's right. Girls don't go to the bathroom.
We just don't.
They just don't.
It's
Girls
a known
don't
fact,
have to.
They do not go poop at all.
Actually, I use if I have to go pee, I use the Go Girl. It's a stand-up thing.
That camping thing.
Yeah. It works really good. Like I'm surprised. Like I was kind of skeptical when I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's gonna get all over the place, and it worked really good, and it felt so awkward. For like the first few times, but
all I can say is it's nice being a guy.
It's nice being a guy.
Yeah, you guys have it. You know what? You guys have it so much.
We have it so much
easier.
better.
And I've actually had to use my Go Girl in my Jeep once because it was so cold I didn't want to get out and I was in my underwear.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
There's been times that I wish I had a bottle, honestly.
You know what? I keep
so cold.
Because of that time I keep 2 empty bottles in my Jeep and I keep the Go Girl right next to it just in case I have to go. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
When I used to watch van lifer videos because they were the easiest people to relate with on like getting ideas of what to do. And I remember people being like, the reality of van life, sometimes you gotta pee in a bottle. Like it's not pleasant. You don't like to talk about it. You don't like to think about it. I was like,
just gotta do it.
That'll never happen. I'm never gonna do that. And when you're actually living in your Jeep, you just have to. If you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, it's definitely not the easiest thing or most exciting thing to even talk about. Like, but so, I mean,
everyone does it.
You just it's just a part of life.
Okay,
it's like farting. You just gotta do it.
Let's move on from the bathroom questions here.
Yeah.
Favorite Pixar movie?
He's just reiterating Hannah's questions now. I forgot Hannah asked that and I kind of overlooked it.
Okay.
Pixar movie. Okay.
Everyone. Let's just go with the one simple answer here.
What? Toy Story?
Incredibles.
Incredibles. Yeah.
Incredibles.
I don't know. There's also good. That's a hard one.
The first one. The second one was good, but I like the first one.
It was okay. The first one was definitely a classic. I'm gonna agree with that. Incredibles.
What would you say?
I like the Incredibles.
Incredibles.
So we're all agreeing with the Incredibles then, okay?
The classic.
Trevor, your transfer case still a mess?
Yes, my transfer case is still a mess. Now it's not necessarily that I don't have the money to fix it. It's just that, I would love to go off road, but if I have, there's a lot of stuff you can do without 4-wheel drive, and I would like to go off road and stuff. But right now I have so many more important things to worry about, so I'm kind of holding off on the transfer case until I need to. Windshield is going to be the #1 priority. After that, I'll look into the transfer case, but of course I'm going to need a shop to work in. I thought about doing it down here while I'm with Sean, but looking at the weather and stuff, I might actually hold off for another couple of months until it's more practical. Or if I'm down here long enough, me and Sean might actually go to a junkyard and see if we can dig one out, but really depends.
We can take one off pretty fast, actually.
Yeah, we can. I know it's only like 5 bolts. The biggest thing would be just dropping it, but I mean, I did it when I was 16, so I think I can do it now.
Yeah. This one's for
everybody.
Jen. This one's for Jen. Why can't you use propane in California?
That's a great question.
Well, because of the California fires, like they're
okay, that makes sense though.
I mean, all the California fires, they pretty much. I mean, this is a temporary thing. It's not. It's not like you can't use it like indefinite. Like
it's not like climate change.
It's not. It's just a temporary thing, just because of all the fires in California.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna, put a ban on all that stuff for now.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
Bruce,
so you thought that it was like a
Yeah, I thought it was like a permanent thing.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was like a
no.
California thing. Like we as
No.
California, we don't believe
Sorry,
in
Because
using
I know when I
propane.
went through there, you were
You're
allowed to use
destroying the
propane.
ozone
But
layer.
with all the
No,
fires, yeah.
That would
I
make more
assumed you
sense,
guys
yeah.
like knew that because of the California
And
fires.
can you use propane in Portland right now or Oregon?
Probably.
Because they had a lot of fires there too.
That's
well,
true.
Yeah.
well, California. You know how California's kind of like
Okay.
a little strict.
Well, you couldn't use. Actually, now that I think about it, you couldn't use propane in. You couldn't even use propane in Colorado. But I didn't really notice or think about it too much because you weren't allowed to camp in the first place. So it
Yeah.
really didn't matter. And not only could you not use your propane. Well, it
Sure
wasn't
you could.
necessarily that you couldn't. I think you could have, like in the city. But
Sure you
I
could have,
I
yeah.
never used it in the parking lot and stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
know if Jen, if that's what you mean. Could you not even use it like at a parking lot?
I don't know. I didn't try to
So
use it in
maybe-
the parking lot. I
'cause
just
I was
went
gonna
to
say,
national parks.
couldn't
and
even,
stuff,
like,
and they were just
national
like,
parks.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, see, like national parks
I
were
think that'd be
completely
stricter,
closed off,
yeah.
so it wasn't even an option. You couldn't go into them unless you use your propane stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, just the
Okay.
forest fires messed everything up for traveling. Honestly,
What gives you motivation to fulfill the journey?
people sending me money.
Yeah, for myself, I don't know. I'm just kind of doing it, just not for anybody, just for me, just to get out there and see new things. I think that's what's the most motivation I can have is just doing it for myself, not anyone really.
Honestly, I feel like when I drive, like when I actually am going to a new destination, like not necessarily like driving up and down the street here, but when I'm like actually like heading from one city to another or from one state to another, I feel like at that time is when I feel most like free, I guess. I just get this like feeling of like I can do this like whenever I want. And like knowing that, you know, because some people they have to go back to their jobs or whatever, they can have to go back home. But like I don't have that holding
Yeah.
me back. Like granted, like there's definitely a lot of pros and cons to this. I can't go back home, and you could see that as a con. But it's also a pro that, you know, once if I get tired of being somewhere, I can just go anywhere. And I think that driving and like seeing that, like actually doing it helps inspire me to want to keep doing it because it's really like a light bulb goes on in my head like this is like really happening. I don't know how else to describe it other than that, but and then also just like seeing people like message me like even just earlier when the A team was like my kids love your show and stuff like that, honestly alone was like a huge inspiration. Just like you guys coming out, reaching out to me personally and like telling me like I know my friend down here, the Coast Guard guy was like he reached out to me and told me that he watches my videos, like he looks forward to them and stuff, and just getting those messages are like honestly enough inspiration for me because knowing that I actually am helping inspire people is like a huge thing, especially because I come from a place where people inspired me, and so now to know that there's other people out there who are being inspired by my channel, that's
Yeah.
probably a big motivation for
It
me.
gives you a feeling like you're proud of yourself.
Yeah,
right?
it gives you like a sense of like acknowledgement, like knowing that you're actually helping other people, and I think that's something else. Like my biggest goal for my channel is to one day knowing that, you know, I did help a lot of people or I did inspire a lot of people to, you know, go through, you know, going through their own problems and stuff, and like being inspired to want to do their own thing and stuff. And I think that's really cool that people do enjoy watching my channel, especially when I work so hard to make a video. Like I spend hours, you know, recording and stuff, putting so much time and work into it, and to actually have people be like, I really enjoyed this. It's like it's really like, you know, cool to see. Like obviously the opposite is when people tell you the video suck or something, is the opposite, because you're like, I worked so hard on this and you guys hated it. But having people like enjoy something you made is like such an inspiration to want to keep doing it and keep, you know, this journey going.
Yeah, it feels so good to read the comments and say like have someone say, I had someone back a while ago, I was cooking burritos I think, and said, just because we watched your videos, I'm making burritos tonight, thank you so much. Just to have comments like that, like saying like good job making your video, it's so like it hits you hard, man.
Hits deep.
It hits
it's
you deep.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
Right? Yeah.
What about you, Jen?
I do it for the freedom. Like I do it as a thank you to all the veterans and military personnel that have fought for our country. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I would not be able to travel. I wouldn't be able to do any of this. I'm just my personality. I'm a nomad. I have to travel. I have to do this for my own sanity.
Hence the name.
I don't. I cannot sit in one spot for a very long time. Like I love doing this, and I also love sharing my experiences with people. So it's good to, you know, when I do get the comments and messages that like, hey, that's really cool what you're doing. I want to do that. And, you know, like, so yeah, that's why I do it. But mostly it's freedom.
Yeah.
Like, that is like my number one thing. Like, if I don't have my freedom, I feel like a caged bird.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, I cannot be caged. I think that's like my number one, like, I don't know. If I'm caged, it's like a depressive feeling that I have. So it's like driving and anything new and exciting. Just anything makes me feel good.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of the same way. I don't like staying in one spot for too long.
I can't do
Good
that.
questions, Bruce. Good
So-
questions. His last one was, am I having any heat soak issues? No, I'm not. And what's my temperature on my vehicle? It runs about 200. Yeah, whatever it shows on the temperature gauge, about 200. Most of the time. Summer it goes up.
Okay, I really like this question because Ugly Sean and I think Jen was just trying to think of some in her head, but this is a question that I wrote down, so I really like this one. The question is from, can't read the names, Base Camp Unbound. If you had to choose a vehicle other than a Jeep, what would it be? Let's go, Sean goes first.
I'll go first.
Other than a Jeep.
Other than a Jeep, I would probably go with a older Tacoma. I like the new ones, they're very great. But I like older vehicles, and I'd probably go with the older Tacoma with a camper shell on the back, like a hard shell, not like a rooftop tent, and build like a bed platform with a slider or something. I think that's what I would go with. Yeah.
It's pretty neat. Why not have you seen like the older Tundras? Because like older Tundras are like the size of the Tacomas now, but you get the
Yeah,
V8.
I don't like the older Tundras look.
You don't like the
I
way
don't
they
like the
look?
look. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like the old Tacoma look. Yeah.
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 That's something like me and my dad have discussed before too. It's just like, would you pick the Tacoma or the Tundra? My dad's like, you get the V8 with the Tundra though.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
get the
still
V8.
smaller
Yeah,
vehicle.
but
Because Tundras used to be really small.
I like the idea of a V6 also.
Yeah,
the
that's
straight
true.
6 is a great engine, but a V6 is better on fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so me personally, I don't know. I'm gonna have to be practical. Okay, so if we were gonna say that like Jeeps didn't exist in the world, for example, I would probably end up with a 4Runner. Honestly,
Oh.
probably a newer one.
I thought
maybe?
you were going to say Ford because someone just said Ford like Unanas.
No, no.
Yeah.
Not
I was
a
reading
Ford.
that and I heard the F word. you
No.
know, being Ford.
No, Ford, the F word, Ford. Hate that word. I'm not even allowed to say that in my house. 4-letter word.
I think I
is it?
threw up a little bit
F-O-R-D?
saying hearing that.
Yeah, I got a little
Yeah.
bit of heartburn. Ugh. But no, we're gonna find out like Jen loves Fords here in a second.
I know.
She's gonna be like, yeah, I'd pick a F-150.
F-150, yeah, brother.
So no, but if I was gonna like buy a different vehicle now, like if I sold my Jeep and got something else, I'd probably go with some kind of like Mercedes Sprinter van, honestly. I want to keep the 4-wheel drive. I'd have to do more research, but I think maybe an Astro van, all-wheel drive Astro van, because I mean it wouldn't be as off-road capable as my Jeep at all, and it's still not as big as like a full-size van, but you still get more space in the Jeep. And I've seen some sick built, off-road
Yeah.
capable vans.
If you build it right, they can be
Like
pretty
overland vans, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would still keep the tan look, of course. Got to keep that tan. But I probably would have maybe a smaller Mercedes, something 4-wheel drive for sure. I would have to keep the 4-wheel drive.
Mhm.
But I genuinely think I'd go with a van. And I don't. If I had this is assuming I sold the Jeep. I don't think I would really go with a van.
cool. Yeah.
But
Something that can still get you where you want to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit more into like the van life aspect. But I'm very happy having a Jeep over a van. I really like that unique ability and stealthy thing, because vans are a little bit more obvious that you might be living in them.
Yeah.
Or you kidnap children or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Vans are
The
sketchy.
free candy van.
The free candy van.
Let's not talk too much about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, what about you? If you didn't have a Jeep, what
If
would
I
it be?
didn't have it, I don't know. I've never really. I mean, does it have to be 4 wheels?
No, it
anything
doesn't.
you want.
Okay, I
Yeah.
would get
Motorcycle.
a motorcycle.
With it, I knew that was coming. I don't know if I could do that because of
would
the
you-
rain and stuff.
How would
for
you have it
full
set up?
time,
Would you
but
have like bags on the side with all your stuff in it?
You'd
how
have
would
like
you-
a scrambler.
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
really thought
Bags on
of
the side
having
are too much
another
stuff.
vehicle
Yeah, I guess
besides
so.
my Jeep. I've always ever since I had my first Jeep, it's kind of like I'm always gonna have a Jeep. But if I had another vehicle, it'd be a Subaru Impreza.
Impreza. Those are sick, actually. I
So,
forgot about those.
I would get a
Subarus.
I do
Subaru
like
Impreza
Subarus.
STI. Like, I mean, it's all-wheel drive.
They're pretty
and
nice,
so-
actually. That's a good one, actually. I like
So
Subarus.
it's either Subaru or
Mention
a
that one right there.
motorcycle.
Do any of you plan on ever having a meetup?
Yes. If you guys ever want to hit us up, I'll let you guys know where we're at, and do this kind of thing.
I'm looking for sponsorships.
I'm really bad at organizing this kind of stuff. I want to do meetups. I wanted to do like full-on jamborees, but I think I'd be better off. What I need to start doing is like looking up Jeep groups in the area, announcing myself and what I want to do, and seeing if people in that local area. I don't know why I didn't do that here. I've been like, hey, I'm in Prescott. This is who I am. This is what I do.
I know Prescott
Let's
has
do a
a
meetup.
really good like Jeep fan base, and they have a few clubs
Yeah, I
here.
assume that. That's why I didn't think, but that's what I think I
Yeah.
need to do is start going on Facebook, finding those groups and going from there. Because then
Yeah.
it's not necessarily, it's just meeting other people with Jeeps. It doesn't even have necessarily. Now, my biggest holdup with that though is because most of the time when you do a jamboree, you barbecue out, you go to a restaurant, or you end up going off-road, and I can't go off-road yet. But once I get my Jeep back bolted up, I really want to do meetups with people. I would love to meet more people
Yeah.
with Jeeps and off-road vehicles and stuff.
And yeah, right now it's
Definitely
like we're
want
trying
to.
to still figure out this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's new to it. I'm kind of new to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just we would need to organize something a little
Yeah.
bit better.
We kind of got to get our own lives organized before we start doing it with other people.
Yeah, but
Like-
definitely one day we'll definitely do some meetups.
One day, I really want to meet some people. There's a lot of people I want to meet already. I might go meet one of my followers. We have a group chat of me, Parker, and I, if you remember Parker, and a couple other people. One of the guys lives in Phoenix, and I would like to go meet him here in the near future, but I got to get to Phoenix first. But yes, I would love to meet a lot of you, especially my supporters. It's on the list of things to do. It's just a matter of actually getting there, getting smoked out.
Yeah, getting smoked out.
Can't see.
All right, look at more questions there.
I'll try to see.
If not, you guys ask
Oh,
me
it's like,
your
yeah.
questions.
Your guys' way. I was gonna say I just felt like a little breeze coming in this way. Oh, now
Yeah,
it's coming
that-
in my way.
Yesterday the wind was just blowing so hard that way. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized that DV is Dorabella, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's my grandma.
Well, while we're taking a short break here, apparently, I'd like to thank you guys coming out for watching the live stream here. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with them too, getting to know them a little bit better, and yeah, having you guys along here
Oh, I
with
didn't
us,
think
ask us some
about-
questions.
Yeah, thank you.
An old Land Rover, those would be awesome. But I can't afford an old
Yeah.
Land Rover.
Land Rover.
You guys
would
are
be
caught
pretty
up with all the questions. Y'all are awesome. Does anyone else have any more questions? If not, I think Sean still has a couple. I know I have a couple. And then I don't know if Jen has a couple. But
cool. Yeah. So keep asking us questions, guys. We're here to answer them.
love Jen's Instagram. Cool. Someone
Thank
saw your
you.
Instagram.
Who-
It is
who
really
said that?
awesome. Joey McDonald's.
Thank you, Joey.
He's gonna get us all T-shirts.
Oh, awesome.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah, we're holding you accountable to that.
Yeah,
If not, we're driving out there and getting some T-shirts from you personally.
Yeah, and like Sean has really bad he cries a lot, and so we don't want to see him cry. So please send us the shirts.
Just thinking about it,
He
it's getting
gets
me a
all
little
teared up.
teary-eyed.
Yeah, he gets all teared up.
little teary-eyed.
Do you have any more questions on your side while we're waiting to see if anyone else has questions
Do
for
you
us?
want to just finish off my questions,
Yeah,
I guess?
until someone else comes with
Okay.
more questions.
Let's see
I
here.
forgot I had a flashlight in my pocket. No wonder it's so cold. Stick that
I
in
have
the
a-
sweater.
Okay,
Really simple
my
question for you guys.
question.
What's the good question before you
It's
forget
just
it?
a simple question.
What's the
How many
simple
states
question?
have you guys traveled to?
That is a simple yet.
Arizona,
I gotta count.
Nevada,
They want to have to do
Oregon,
math, Jen.
Idaho, Utah, 5, 6,
Six?
California, yeah, 6.
Oh, cool.
I wouldn't really count Idaho as one. I was only there for like a week and a half, if that. And I really didn't go like explore too much. So I'd probably say 5. Yeah, 5 states.
I don't know if Texas counts for me because like I've never traveled in it with the Jeep because I was so sick of it. But like I've gone across Texas so many times. So not counting Texas, we did explore Oklahoma a little bit, not vastly, but enough that I consider checking it off. I guess I probably will go back there one day. I wouldn't really count Kansas. That's where I lived half my life though. But so 1, 2, because I'm gonna count Colorado. I'm planning on going back there because I didn't get fulfilled. I didn't want to see everything I wanted to see because it caught on fire, so I have to wait for the trees to grow back. I will count Utah because I was there for so long. I do tend to go back and see a couple more things, but I'm still counting it. And then Arizona, so I'm going to say 4. 4 states.
5.
Not a lot, but I'm still kind of trying to get there. Plan on getting to all 50 at some point.
And how many have you seen?
45.
45 states.
I've
So,
been to 45 states.
45 states. See,
But-
Jen's like unadvertised, but almost finished a 50-state road trip.
Almost
Yeah.
finished. I have.
just have to take her word for
I
it.
said Wyoming, but I meant Montana.
Okay.
So I have Hawaii, Alaska, Montana, Idaho, and North Dakota to see. So those
She-
5 states are the only states I have left to visit.
she's like the opposite of
you-
us. I can count how many I've been to. She can count how many she has to
hasn't
go
been
to.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
She's flipped on us, but doing it
Yeah.
for 4 years. a good question would be, do you plan on traveling to all 50 states? I don't think that's been a goal for you necessarily, but was that ever something that you wanted to do for sure? Or?
I don't. Well, I mean, it didn't like come up, but I think now, yeah.
Kind of want to.
Yeah,
You're so close.
I
Yeah.
definitely want to go to Alaska, but like you had, was it you mentioned
one
we
of
should
us.
go as a group.
A group.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun
Yeah.
to.
People can pull you out of the snow and ice.
Yeah.
But
so-
also, just Alaska's so big. I feel like I get so caught up there because it's so beautiful.
You
too.
definitely have to
Yeah.
spend at least a month or two there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, or more, and
Yeah.
that's
or
without
more.
stopping.
Yeah. But okay. Question just for Jen. How comfortable is your setup in your Jeep?
Honestly, it's very comfortable for me.
Before we get into that, you should explain what your setup
How
is.
you
I don't
sleep in
think-
your Jeep?
I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
a
think
lot of-
people
I know
realize
you-
why
I
this
know you
is
guys
such
have
a
the
Jeep.
video of your setup, but
Yeah.
explain what it is.
Okay, so my back seat, I have a JK, so it is definitely more roomier than the TJ
but just a hair.
and
Yeah.
the YJ. My seat's actually more comfortable. So I sleep in the back seat. I have 4 pillows. I have like a Tempur-Pedic pillow that I use for my head. I have a full body pillow, and then I have 2 pillows that I put on the side and one like just kind of hugging. I have a blanket. It's like I sleep normally fetal position, but when I have to stretch my legs, I like have my head like kind of in the corner of the passenger side, and then I stretch my legs over the like the top of the back seat, like right by where the seat belt is, and I can pretty much stretch myself out.
Yeah. How tall
And
are
I'm
you?
5'7", so
5'7".
She's an inch shorter than me, literally,
so-
maybe an inch or two. Like,
so
4
well,
inches
I'm
really
like
not
that
5'6",
much.
5'7", so
Yeah, so like 2 inches shorter than
um,
me, so she's really not even that short.
But like I
Yeah.
said, I've been doing this for like it wasn't comfortable for like the first time that I started doing this because I didn't know, like I was so used to sleeping in bed. But because I've been doing it for so long,
You just kind of got used
I
to it.
do not like sleeping in beds. Like
Really?
I won't like during my whole trip I've been like offered to sleep at like places and stuff, and I've always had to decline it because obvious because I'm not comfortable with it. But when I
Yeah.
did sleep in a bed, I was just not comfortable.
Wow. I
mean,
remember.
It's not. I'm not saying that I'd never sleep in a bed,
Yeah.
but just like if I have my own home, like if I owned my own home,
Yeah.
it'd be a completely different.
You'd have to get used to it again.
Right.
Same with me. Like when I was back here seeing my parents, I stayed with my parents 2 days, and I couldn't sleep in my own bed, which is weird. But I used to sleep in all the time. I was more comfortable with the rooftop tent. So,
I think you just get used to it. Even like
you get
my,
used to it.
my setup, like it's pretty firm, I guess. I mean, it's pretty, but it's comfortable. I've never woken up with back pain. I woke up one time with my leg was killing me. I felt like I wanted to dislocate my knee. It was so crammed, but I think the
yeah.
reason is because I slept on it wrong and I had a mummy sleeping bag, so I really didn't have enough room to stretch, and it just like braced it in there, and I fell asleep like that. So that had a lot more to do with my mummy sleeping bag than actually anything else. The bed was, I've never woken up with back pain. In fact, I've slept better in my cot than I have the bed I was sleeping on, honestly. I slept so lumpy beds versus like I could probably sleep on the ground right now and be comfortable with it and be happy with it.
Yeah.
But just to give you an example of really how small her setup is, go, if you've never seen one before, a Jeep JK 2-door. She sleeps on the bench. It's not even a full seat, so it's
Yeah.
like if you've ever like opened a vehicle like a Suburban or anything and saw the back seat and been like, hey, I could probably sleep on that.
Yeah.
Cut that in half, and that's what she sleeps on.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
She just finds a way to get comfortable. It's really impressive, honestly, how much stuff her Jeep. I mean, she could fit 4 people in there if she needed to travel and not sleep in it. She still has all the seats. I took all my seats out except for the driver's seat.
I took my back seat out once.
But then she was like, I need to sleep on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I made a little nook.
Yeah.
I have it on my Instagram.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you can see.
I think
like,
I saw that actually.
and it was still like not that comfortable. Like
You'd rather sleep on her bench?
I'd rather sleep
I really
on my
feel like you
bench.
could get a more established setup,
I
but
could,
you just
but
That
I'm
seat is
so
pretty
used
comfortable,
to
isn't it, though?
I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so used to
I
it
guess if
that
she's used to it,
it's
it
like
works.
my home. Like it's so crazy that I would prefer to sleep there than in
It
like
is,
people's
honestly.
like nice like you have your own little suite. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'll park in your driveway though.
I remember when Jake was doing his like BFG Goodrich thing. First of all, I want to know how he got into that because I went in on that.
I think that was with
the
the
testing
Overland Bound
thing,
guys.
was it? He would
Yeah.
go test the tires, like they were coming out with new tires, and he'd go to like these things to test out the
Yeah.
tires and stuff.
Oh really?
But they had him like in like a 5-star hotel,
Yeah.
and he slept outside.
He slept
supposedly.
in like the garden area.
He slept in like the garden area.
Yeah,
he
all the
just
plants.
and I always wondered if that
Next
was
to it.
real because I was like, how could anybody take, you know, you have a 5-star hotel and you're gonna go sleep outside with a pillow and blanket? I always thought that was just for show.
Well, that's
now
just-
I actually wonder because now where I'm getting so
don't
used to
know.
this, I
Yeah,
really
you get
think
so
he might
used to
have.
sleeping outside that
It's
it
too
just
hot
comes
inside,
like
it's too
nature.
comfortable.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just have to do it. I don't know.
I think it's just, you
Get
know what,
smoked
for
up.
me, I think a reason is like once you, like if you were to sleep in like a 5-star hotel or whatever, you get so comfortable that it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to like change, I guess.
You
like,
don't want to
anything.
try to get too comfortable when you have to
Yeah.
go back. Yeah. I remember actually when I was with, I was staying with my grandparents and they were like, we have a bed inside. And I was like, I want to get used to sleeping in the Jeep. Like, I
Yeah.
want to get used to it. And they're like, it's 20 degrees outside. It's
Well,
frost in the morning. Why would you want to sleep
that
in the
is-
Jeep?
That's a reason. Well, that's one of the reasons I will sleep in like a bed is if it's like freezing. If the weather
Really?
condition is
Yeah.
not okay.
But you don't have like a 0 degree
You don't
sleeping
have
bag.
any-
Right,
just,
right.
Do you have
but-
any kind of heat source, or is it just turning your car on?
No, I don't use any of that. I use the little.
The heaters,
packs.
yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
put
even
them.
like. I
And
found out I like to let
No.
the Jeep run a little bit when
I
I just
don't.
like if I hop in it right now I might turn it on just to heat it up because that helps
Yeah.
it kind of helps me fall
The like
asleep. and then-
igloo thing. I guess
Yeah,
that they
it
call, like,
helps.
the
It just
igloo
helps heat it
effect.
up. Also, well, originally it wasn't for that. Originally, I also would do it because it gets the battery a good charge before I go to sleep, so I don't have to worry about
Oh, I
the
didn't know
battery being
that.
dead.
Okay.
Well, I run the fridge, so
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I guess
So,
I'm kind of
don't
living
have
like the
my fridge.
baller
I know.
life here. I got a heater,
he's got
buddy.
a nice heater. This
I got
big.
a nice, yeah, open
like a
space,
mini
spread
fire.
out. I
Glorified.
got a big sleeping bag, and
That was something one
Yeah.
time we were complaining.
So,
I was complaining about how cold it is and stuff, and he was like, "I wouldn't know. I have this big heater and a 0 degree Teton sleeping bag." And I'm like, "Shut up." This was
Oh.
before I had a 0 degree sleeping bag too. I had like a 40 degree
Fine.
summer sleeping bag, and I was
Yeah.
freezing at night, sleeping in a coat.
yeah.
It was. I have a 0 degree now. It's a lifesaver.
But would you say you're more uncomfortable than I am? Both of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Would I?
no,
Oh, yeah.
definitely not. I like my setup.
Am I more comfortable than? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I think he's asking like, if you had the choice, if you could have a rooftop tent, would you give up your setup for a rooftop tent?
Yeah. See, that's how I was too.
Until you
But
got it,
only reason I got the rooftop tent was for Brody for have the space.
because he can't sit still. So.
Well, I mean, it would be different. Okay, so let me say this. So like we're all single. I'm kind of independent. This is the way that I want it. If I was
Yeah.
in a relationship, it'd be kind of different. But me personally, I would want him to have his own.
Yeah, you'd
Just-
be like,
you
you're like,
know,
we're married,
just-
but can you
just-
sleep in your
I
own
don't-
Jeep?
You can
I
put the front
just
seat down or
don't-
something like that.
I don't know. Like,
That's
I don't know.
something
I've
even
always
like
dated I've always like my boyfriends. I've always owned Tacomas though.
Mm.
interesting.
So I've dated one guy that had a Jeep YJ, and this was like long time ago. But most of them have owned Tacomas.
You
We
know-
won't get too
So-
much into that.
Yeah,
here.
we don't want to get into the whole Toyota v
Yeah.
Jeep thing.
Yeah.
That was where their relationship ended. I would never own a Jeep. Toyota's better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I always
So-
imagine, every time I imagine myself being in a relationship, if I was living on the road, I always thought if I had the choice, I
Don't-
would keep my Jeep and they would have their own Jeep.
See, yeah, this
I
is
feel like
where I
I'd
feel
like
Jake
that.
kind of went downhill. It's like
He cut his Jeep in
just-
half. We're still mad
I
at you.
mean, I mean, you know, he was doing it for love and everything, but I mean,
Yeah.
just
I mean, I don't understand the people who hate on him for it, but I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say that it kind of sad to see Jade get cut in half after all of that. I mean, it's his life, and I still I hold to that he can do whatever he wants with it. But I'd be lying if I would say I wasn't a little bit upset, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
to each his own.
to each his
Yeah.
own. Yeah, and honestly, I have an interesting theory, and this is just my speculation, but I was kind of like thinking
your
about it
person?
one day. I didn't actually.
Jake was sponsored by BFG. They got in contact with him.
Ah, crud! I want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
yeah. Bruce knows like more about Jake than any of us. He had like a personal
Oh.
relationship.
I
but-
wanted BF Goodrich.
I wanted BF
sponsor
Goodrich
me. I was
sponsoring.
like, I need new tires.
Someone give me a
but-
good word in. You know, if anyone knows any buddies from BFG Group, give me a good word in. I love their tires, and I love dune buggy stuff. All the stuff Jake did. I was actually watching some of his videos doing that. I was like, I want to do that. That'd be so cool.
Give a shout out to the Davey family, my cousins, aunt and uncle. You guys are watching.
Oh,
thanks
sweet.
for tuning in.
Sean's family, finally. My family was overruling Sean's family.
Yeah,
so
finally I got some of my
finally,
family in here.
I had half my family on this live
I
stream.
know my
was-
parents are definitely way asleep by now, so
Oh,
they're
yeah.
definitely not gonna be watching this. Maybe my brother and sister might come in, but yeah, thanks for coming in, guys.
Yo,
Hi.
I need a Toyota built engine and a Jeep body. What's wrong with Jeep's engines?
I would go with the Toyota axle, for sure. But I don't know about Toyota engine in a
If
Jeep.
we're talking, I guess modern day, I guess Toyota modern engines are. I like the engines they're putting in modern Toyotas over the.
They're almost the same thing as the
modern-
Jeep though. It's a V6.
Similar,
The
yeah.
V6 is a V6.
But I
right?
mean, like the reliability, Toyota's got
Yeah,
a really
Toyota has
good
a really
for
good engine.
reliability.
Yeah.
Toyota.
4 liter though. If we're talking older Jeeps, 4 liter, and everything before that, I don't think I'd trade it for a Toyota. I think they were pretty even on the reliability
Yeah.
factor.
Mhm.
Also, Jeep's about to come out at 392, and I tell you what,
I
it's gonna
I
be
want one
sick.
so bad.
I want to just drive one. Like I
I
want
would
to just go
definitely
in.
do a 50 state road trip in that thing.
Oh yeah.
No,
You
I would
get there
do
fast,
I would do a
huh?
50 state drag strip in that thing.
Yeah.
It's so unnecessary. I would have been happy if they put a 5.7 in. I feel like that would be a happy compromise. But I guess Jeep was like, no, 6.4, drop it.
Yeah, right.
And now people are complaining that they don't have a Hellcat. But I promise you, it's gonna take them maybe 1 or 2 years before they come out with like the SRT Jeep Rubicon. And then, but they're gonna have so many problems with people flipping those. I swear.
I was gonna say, like, when I watched the commercials for it, and I'm like, how is that thing not gonna flip over?
It's
But
gonna
I
flip over.
mean, 4 doors
They
are
make the
less
axles
likely to
wider.
flip over than 2 doors, right?
And they make the
But-
axles a little bit wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
If they're smart about it.
You want me to ask my last question then?
Sure. If we don't have any more questions.
This is for both of you guys. Yeah. No new
Sweet.
questions yet.
I hate it when I get asked
How
this
do
question.
you enjoy a Jeep life versus regular life?
So like
A
versus living at
normal
home?
life. Yeah.
I love. Oh, go.
No, you go first.
I love it. Like, I've never been happier. I mean, I think.
And also explain why.
that wasn't
like
the question.
freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, my Jeep is pretty much like home on wheels. I
Mhm.
can do whatever, you know. I mean, the only thing, I think it would be perfect if it was more accepted in society, I guess. Like, the only thing I don't like about it is finding parking spots.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
something
think
that's a bit of a problem.
if that wasn't the case, then like I don't remember who I was telling somebody. If I won the lottery, I'd probably buy a house, but I'd probably sleep in my Jeep in the garage.
Get like a shack.
Maybe not in the garage,
Yeah.
maybe outside, but
Well, yeah.
you don't want to turn it on when you're not thinking and kill yourself.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, that's just kind of I've been through a lot with this Jeep. I mean, 5 years on and off,
Mhm.
sleeping, traveling. I mean, this Jeep was there for me through the hardest times of my life. So
we're getting into deep stuff now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it deep, but I'm just saying that it's been there for me. So like, I would never. I
Mhm.
love the Jeep life. Like, I'm not just doing it because I don't know. I want people
It's
to be
not.
like.
It's not
you
just
know,
a vacation to
it's
you.
not
it's
just a
lifestyle,
vacation.
yeah.
It is a lifestyle for me. I do enjoy it. It's always there for me. It doesn't let me down. There's no disappointment.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Like, living in a, if you have roommates or whatever, there's always like, I
Could you
didn't like
say
the rent.
Jeep's always there for you?
Yes.
Yes.
The Jeep is really her boyfriend in
So-
this
Yeah.
relationship.
Pretty
Right.
much. I would definitely like, yeah, if I was dating somebody, the Jeep would come first.
The Jeep would come first, like Jeep over the relationship. It's like the B
Yes.
movie, but with the Jeep.
Right.
So,
Alright, Trevor. Same with you.
I hope to do
So
more.
I think it's actually I like hearing like Jen's opinion on it, just because like for me and Sean, it's a little different because we still have a little bit of attachment. Like I mean, Sean's parents are like an hour down the road from here. My parents, like I've only been traveling for maybe 3 months. Like she's been doing this for 4 years, and she really doesn't have anywhere else to go. Like she doesn't have the ability to just go do her.
Yeah.
If something
I mean,
falls,
I could, but
kind of, but I mean like. If something falls, if Sean right now, so he's decided, you know what, this isn't
Yeah.
for me. He can
Right.
just drive back
Let's
to
say
his
if my
parents'
engine
house.
blew up right
Oh,
now.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
have like a safe.
you
Yeah.
have
Or
a.
like
We
a-
still
Like,
have
you-
something
Safety
to fall
net.
back on.
You can
safety
go
net.
back home, right?
Yeah, I can just drive back home. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if my Jeep's engine blew up right now and I couldn't replace it, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with the Jeep life, or if I was, like Andrew, was in a head-on collision recently. He's with
you
his
went to
parents now.
parents. Yeah, I
And,
don't.
like,
I don't have.
He
any of
had that to fall back on, and like even though it really sucked that happened to him, Jen doesn't have that. Like she doesn't. That's something that like she doesn't have the ability to do. So this is like she has a whole different aspect on this
Yeah.
whole lifestyle, and it's really cool to see that. Especially like she was talking about it. Like she's looking at it from something she's done for the last 4 years. Versus me, it's been like 3 months, and hopefully a lot more from now. But I can't really have as solid as an answer. But basically, yeah, I've really, so far, with the 3 months of experience I have, I really hope I can keep doing it. I really, honestly, I was actually even thinking, like, if I could get a job and work a job a little bit from one state, you know, and still, like, live in the Jeep and keep going, I would. And I was going to do that, actually. When I started this trip, I was like, you know what, I'll go work somewhere for, like, a month and stay in that area and just work, make my videos until I get enough supporters, because I planned on trying to make YouTube a full-time job. But, you know, if I have to get a job, I have to. I did not factor in having a dog with me when I thought of that whole thing. Never even crossed my mind. And so then when it actually, I was even like thinking, all right, I just got to get a job. And then I was like, crud, I have Kai with me. But so I can't really do that. So then I was, you know, trying to kind of, you know, is there any side jobs I can do where I could keep my dog with me and, you know, rake someone's leaves, which I did do for a really nice lady down in Utah. I made $80 raking leaves all day.
That's cool.
And it was pretty awesome. I mean, it bought me groceries, gas, and I went through the money pretty fast. I got like a coat, groceries, gas, and a shower in, and then the money was gone. But so far I really enjoy it. Like when a bunch of stuff happened recently, and my dad was like, "Oh man, you're probably so stressed out and worried about finances," but I really wasn't, because I just don't have to worry about, because I don't have any, everything's paid off. Basically, and I don't have to worry about owing. I hate owing people money, and I don't feel obligated to have to, you know, owe people money. I don't feel like I need to pay anybody anything, and so I can just kind of do whatever I want to do. And if something happens, I don't know, I just have this like thought in the back of my mind that I'll get help. Someone will help me. If someone doesn't help me, I can always find help. And I don't know, I haven't been stressed out like at all this whole trip, and I really feel like it's been helping me like breathe and get back. I haven't really, for lots of reasons that I haven't really mentioned, I haven't really felt like myself at all until I actually started this trip. And I feel like being on this trip has really been extremely helpful, and just, you know, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, whether that is full-time living in the Jeep for however many years, or just, you know, coming up with something else. I definitely think it's a journey that I'm really, really lucky to go on, and really lucky to, really excited to, you know, see what happens from here. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Okay, but back to the question.
Oh, was that?
How
What
do
was
you,
the question?
how do you like the Jeep life versus normal life?
I don't
But
know,
before you answer that,
That's all I could think of.
before you answer that, give a shout out to Backcountry Daily. Late, but we're still here having a good time. So thanks for joining.
Yeah. Plus, I will be reposting this, so if you're curious to see, we've been talking about some really cool stuff lately.
Hi,
So
everybody.
you can rewatch this and see what.
So okay,
it is.
so back to the question.
I thought that was the question. That
No,
was
you,
my
were,
answer.
you were just being philosophical.
Normal
and-
life
Yeah.
versus Jeep life. Let's say you were back home working a 9-to-5 job versus out here doing what you're doing now. How do you like it? How does it compare?
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. Other than how I like it a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, well, just talk about it.
I did. I don't know.
Well, I know you talked about it a lot, but well,
I really don't know how to answer that question.
okay. Let me
lot.
put it
I
like
like it a
this.
lot.
Let me put it like
How,
this.
how about you answer it, and then I'll piggyback your
Well,
answer.
let me put it like this. I'll answer. Okay. Okay.
I'll just reiterate what you say and call
I
it
guess
my
so.
own answer.
Normal life versus Jeep life. I always like going places and checking out new things. If I stay in one spot too long, like, I don't know, I get in a mood, I guess. Like, staying here at my parents' house, staying there for too long, I kind of feel like I have to do more, you know? Like, I can take my Jeep out and go see other places, like around Arizona, but I was only limited to so far. With doing the Jeep life, I can do whatever I want to and kind of just get out there and no schedule, really, just kind of go out there and do what I want to do. So I would choose the Jeep life over normal life any day, but it is nice to have a place to go back to, like I am now with my parents and having the shop to work on the Jeep. So you always got to find that happy medium in there somewhere, and I don't know if I found mine yet, but I would choose Jeep life over a normal life any day, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, so you want us to like measure the pros and cons?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't understand that question, but like half my brain already shut off. It already went to bed. Are you really that cold? I don't know. Maybe I got a better spot by the fire. We could build some coals there.
Okay.
We'll put a log there. Okay, so the biggest, I'd say, I really like the freedom to just get up and go whenever I want. And like I said, I'm kind of piggybacking his answer. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. I hate being in one spot at once for too long. And like I mentioned earlier, when I was in Moab, I really felt that hard. I was like, I am so bored here. I can't. And then I just realized I'm living in a Jeep, and I feel like that is the biggest thing that I think I was still stuck in the mindset of having to stay somewhere and be comfortable, but like getting out of your comfort zone and just, you know, trying to explore new areas. Brody, come here.
Brody.
But yeah, like going to new places and having the ability to just get up and go whenever you want is, you can't really do that, especially when you're living in a house. 'Cause if you're living in a house or an apartment or whatever, you most likely have a job, and you're kind of just stuck in this endless cycle. You have to work so you can make money, so you can pay for your job. And I realized recently, or not pay for your job, pay your rent or pay your bills or whatever, and you just do that over and over. And I just feel like a lot of people, that's their end game, and like people want to go to college and stuff, and this is one of the reasons I hate college. Is nothing against college, but I think it's just not right for me, because so many people are just stuck in this idea that they have to go to college, they have to do that so they can get a good job, because if they don't get a good job, they're just a failure in life, and they have to work 9 to 5 so they can have enough money to buy a house. It's like this brainwashed idea that you have to do that, and if you don't, you're a failure. And I've never liked that concept that you have to do this, you know, cut and dry system that everybody else does. And I've never liked that way, and I always thought, you know, if I do something, I really don't think I'd ever be able to not at least travel in some way. Even if I had a house, like Jen was saying, if I had a house, I'd probably still, you know, be traveling somehow.
Yeah.
I'd probably do van life, I think, or at least have an RV, something. I don't know, RV's a little big, but
It's a nice idea to have a place to go back to.
yeah. I do like to have a place to go back to, and like, if we're measuring the pros and cons, there are some days like you're really out exposed to the elements when you're like traveling, and like I think Jen mentioned this, trying to find a place to park is a lot harder, and there is a bit of security, you know, going home. You have your own place, you have your own waypoint, you have an address, so if you need to order something online, you can just do that. So there are a lot of benefits to that, you know, having air conditioning and stuff, but the biggest thing is you can't just go do whatever you want.
On my grill, there's a mouse.
Oh, really?
There's a mouse on my grill.
Sick.
I'm not even joking.
Gonna touch my propane stove?
Brody's checking that out.
Get it, Brody. Get the mouse.
Go get him.
Or not, you're good.
Go get him.
But yeah, just having, I don't know, there's definitely
We're not robots, basically.
yeah, we're not. I've never liked that idea of just you have to. And I've even known people who like their parents are like, luckily my parents weren't like this, but I've known people where their parents are like, if you don't go to college and you don't get a job to be successful and it doesn't pay good, you don't go get an office job and you're like a failure. Like, you don't succeed in life unless you do the textbook what they decide. And I've just never liked that idea that this is how the society is and this is how you have to live your life. I've never liked people trying to tell me how to live my life, and I like that, the freedom to really be out here and really don't care what people think, because you can do whatever you want and you have that freedom. That's not usually something you get when you own a house. It requires you to have a job, unless you're like Casey Neistat or some big high-end YouTuber where you know have endless money coming from what you're already doing. But you're still just, I don't like feeling trapped, like, you know, like Jen said, a caged bird. I like the freedom to travel.
Yeah.
Well, and plus we've evolved. Like, I mean, like the whole, like, going to college and doing the whole, like, American lifestyle. You know, you go to college and then, you know, you do, like, you have the Monday through Friday thing. That worked before technology, like, advanced, right?
Before technology.
Right.
Now you have
So
Charlie
now,
D'Amelio.
Like, now everybody is, like, remote. Like, you can go anywhere and work, right? And so, like, I mean, that's obviously being more accepted now.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do them. You come to work, you know, Monday through Friday between 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did work that. I worked for a newspaper for 2 years, and I hated it. Like, it was just like a repetitive, monotonous job. And I felt like, you know, a caged bird. So
yeah, and I do definitely
wanna do
think if, you know, if everybody could get one thing out of my YouTube channel, like the biggest thing isn't necessarily that you have to travel. Like, I know this isn't for everybody. You know, lots of people are a lot better off living in houses, and that's fine. But I think the biggest thing is find something you enjoy doing and try to learn how to make money off of that, whether that be art. If you're really into art, find a way, because if you can make money doing anything you enjoy, cooking, maybe you can start a restaurant. Like, even if you have a 9 to 5 job, just make sure your 9 to 5 job is something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, don't get in this idea that you can't, that your hobbies are nothing more than hobbies. And maybe for some people you don't want to mix work and hobbies. Like, I personally have thought about opening up, I thought about, you know, working as a mechanic. For a while I was trying to find a job as a mechanic because I loved working on vehicles. But I didn't love working on vehicles as a job. I liked it more as a hobby. And I still enjoy doing it, but I don't enjoy doing it if I feel like I have to. Like, I don't have a choice. And I love then going back to the idea of not having freedom. I love the freedom to choose whether or not I'm working on something and not feel like you have to or else. And so if there's something you enjoy doing, we live in 2020. There's so many options online. If you want to make t-shirts or you want to sell art, there's so many options to just, learn to make money off of something you enjoy doing and just, do it. Start now. If you have a job, like I worked at Chick-fil-A for 3 years before I was able to make it here. It's okay if you need to get a job temporarily, but try to make money off of what you enjoy doing and stick with that. And you're about to catch on fire.
Somebody asked us a question.
It's kind of like the saying, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah.
Unless it's welding. Do welding for free, actually. Thanks, Sean. I'm going to go grab another Pepsi. Well, somebody find another
Okay,
Pepsi.
let's see here.
Sorry.
I think I've asked all my questions.
I have questions. Does Jen have questions?
Okay, let's do this one, me and you, then, because he's going to do that. Kyle's Jeep Adventures. Do you guys have a weekly budget while traveling? Money management? Does selling merch help? And the merch part, I think Trevor can answer pretty good, but
I don't have any merch or anything.
do you have a weekly budget?
I did have a weekly budget. I have a daily budget.
A daily budget, okay.
A daily budget. $5 food maximum. But I mean, it's kind of changed for me since I came back to California. So I don't really have one. I just try not to spend over $10 a day just because I'm waiting to hear back from this job, which isn't going that well. So that's like a whole nother story that I came.
Didn't you have those days you got to fill up on gas though?
Yeah, those are the worst.
So I mean, all of my money that I have right now is basically all of the money that I have worked my butt off and saved and invested last year. So now it's like starting to get a little bit slim.
Yeah, you biting your fingernails there.
Yeah, it's like I'm really starting to get like a little bit worried now because I came all the way to Arizona for this job and it just doesn't look very good.
It's not like very promising.
So so I need to figure out what to do. But something will come up.
Picks are always an option.
Those are not
options.
Okay,
So-
Trevor, I think you can answer this one good. Does selling merch help? Because you're the only ones that currently selling merch.
So far, no, but in everyone's defense of who hasn't bought me merch, I know that Kyle actually said he just bought merch for me. I have my own merch. I haven't been wearing it because, biggest reason, I bought merch for summer. And it's cold now, so like even like right now, I always wear like this, and you couldn't see it underneath. So I wanted to make like beanies or something with like something you could actually see, but
There'd be no point of wearing it right now.
yeah, right now it's like even if I had it on, you wouldn't see it. I mean, I could be wearing a really cool shirt right now, and you'd have no idea because it's too cold.
Just be wearing it.
I'd just be wearing it, but nobody would see it. Merch so far, not really. I've had a few people buy merch, mostly myself. I've spent more money on merch than I've made off of the merch because I was trying to advertise myself. But also, I wanted to make an official logo as soon as I got to Colorado. That was my plan, was to get a good picture, have some people help me and pay someone if I have to. Like, I was even going to talk to Sean and see his sister made his logo. And I was like, I'm to the point, I'm so desperate, I'm almost willing to pay someone to help me out with the logo. But not yet, no. I want to make an official logo and then maybe see, but... Brody!
Come here.
But at the moment, not really. The merch hasn't helped me tremendously. But I feel like until I get more of an official logo, it might after that, so it's a little bit more of an icon. The glasses, the certain merch I have right now, I think it's really cool because I really like my glasses, but I don't think it's like my number one. I don't necessarily see it as my logo. If I did, it'd be my profile picture, but I want to get something a little more official. Sean's got a pretty cool thing going, which I need to help him set up a Teespring because I think he'd probably be good on merch. He's got a good logo going.
Yeah, I don't want to get start selling merch until at least 1,000 subscribers, I think.
I don't know, I would go with it anyway. You got a cool logo.
I could. I don't know.
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt, but I just feel like 1,000 subscribers is a good place to start doing all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I got stickers. I'll give out stickers for free right now. So if you see me before 1,000 subscribers, I'll start giving stickers out for free. Yeah. And I have a few left, so find me while you can. You okay?
I think so.
As Trevor's dying here, we'll find a new question.
Yeah.
YJ Warren. Trevor, are you running the fridge? Are you running the fridge off the cigarette socket? I had to hardwire mine. Those sockets plugs aren't trail friendly. So this is a question for Trevor.
No, I do not trust the cigarette lighter in the YJ at all.
Mine didn't even work.
I don't even use it. Now, mine works, I just don't trust it. Sorry, I choked. I couldn't breathe through my nose and I tried to and then it just like vacuumed or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I actually run it directly off of my power inverter, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yours is a house plug-in, right?
Yeah, so it's it's an AC plug. Plug straight into my inverter. I have 2 AC plugs on my power inverter. One of them I have a power strip with like the extension and the multiple ports. I use that for my camera, charging most of my gear basically. And then I have the other one. I have it plugged directly into the power inverter. Now I just bought. I had some people, actually, Bruce Stevenson and Bruce. Sorry, I just had a total brain fart. 2 Bruces, both of them helped. 2 of my supporters actually gave me a lot of money for like way too much money for my birthday. Super generous guys, both of them, and they Sorry.
He's still dying over here.
I'm still dying over here.
Oh, from the smoke.
No, I choked on my soda. You missed it.
Yeah. It was
But
pretty epic.
it's pretty epic. Just dying over here. But I just bought a Jackery power bank, and I'm going to redesign my setup. So my fridge is gonna run off of that. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do it all, but right now at the moment it runs directly off of my 1100 watt power inverter.
I guess we should talk about how your power inverter is plugged in then.
Directly to the battery.
So you splice it into the battery.
Yes, I have a port. I have a hole in my tub. I ran them both through, pulled them both through, and the 2 cables. It came with everything I needed. It was actually a really nice setup. It's plugged straight into the battery terminals. I didn't even really have to splice it. It actually has like a good plug setup, so it went straight onto the bolts where the battery terminals connect. So it worked out really great.
Okay. Good question by what is that? Kyle Jeep Adventures. 6 socket works, nothing more than 5 amp draw. How many miles are on your YJ?
I don't know because my speedometer still doesn't work. I really need to get that fixed. But currently I think it's at like 140. I want to say 142.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Oh, sweet.
Really?
Yep,
Oh.
But
mine's
yours
at one.
didn't you buy yours brand new though?
Yep.
So you put all
Yeah.
those miles on. So
You put all
I
those
only
miles
put
on.
I
like
had
20,000 on.
35 miles on my Jeep when I first bought it.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. When I bought my Jeep, I had 175. So
What?
175.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. So now you put the most miles on. Makes sense. You've been to most states, so.
I'm hoping to get to over 200.
I think we should get into your guys' questions. I've been asking all the questions, and then
I don't.
people from the. So yeah.
I don't. I'm still trying to think of.
Still trying to think of questions. Yeah.
Like I'm just waiting to, you know.
I have
hear-
questions if you're still waiting, but we gotta pull away.
Either
Any
one.
rust issues on the YJ? No, my YJ came from West Texas and it has like 0 rust.
Yeah.
Most of the rust it has is because of stuff that I did to it that caused rust, but nothing major. Everything is like surface rust at best, so nothing. Jen, on the other hand,
What?
do we want to talk about your rust
I
problem?
haven't seen
You're
it.
getting smoked out.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen it, so-
I didn't have any rust in my Jeep until I went to the East Coast earlier this year, and then just.
Is it pretty bad over there?
Well, because of the salt on the road.
Oh yeah.
I was
'cause
telling him that, like, you want to
Yeah.
really wash your undercarriage
Yeah,
after
like I was just not very good with that when I was out there, so I learned my lesson. But
Yeah. Okay. So is that it? Okay. So I saw this question from Aaron Gamber. He asked this question twice. We didn't ask it the first time. We've been too busy. But do you
Sorry.
guys collect anything from any state? Anything in particular?
that. Stickers.
Stickers.
that's a good question.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't
do
put
I?
stickers on yours.
No, I don't. I don't collect stickers. I collect T-shirts.
do you? Oh, I
T-shirts.
forgot about that.
Okay.
That's true.
I thought about T-shirts for a while,
Yes,
but
that's my new wardrobe.
stickers are cheap and
Stickers
you
are
can-
cheaper.
You
yeah.
can get them just about anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
T-shirts, you kind of got to go to like a
Patches.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was a pretty. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh,
I only
somebody
get
gave me money.
one T-shirt from a state because that's
Thank
all I
you.
could afford.
Colton Jeeves, $4.99.
Thank you for the money. I appreciate all money.
I appreciate all money. No.
All money is good.
I need money now. I'm just like at that point where I'm like, I need money.
just
oh my
desperate.
God.
I will say-
I need it now.
I need just
I look-
cross your fingers that I get this job because like I
Right,
really
yeah.
want to work.
I
And-
tried to get so Jen used to have a GoFundMe,
I
and
used
she
to have-
just hates feeling obligated by so many people. People were like, send feet pics, and she was like, no. So that's not what happened. But I could not convince her to put it back up, and which really stinks because I feel like right now with all you guys here would be a great time. Like hearing her story would be a great time for her to get sponsorship. So if she wants to set up another GoFundMe, I will tell you guys to go check out her GoFundMe if you want to help support her. But she just really, I don't know, she's really like old school on this idea of working to earn her keep, and I can't convince her to justify just letting you guys support. Thank you, Bruce, for the money.
We got 31 people in this chat right now.
Bruce Jividen, he just sends us too much stuff.
He's too
He's
nice.
too generous.
Too nice.
Aw.
We don't know how to like, we just, I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, Bruce is really,
We need
thank you,
we need
Bruce.
to get like everyone together and just take a trip up there.
I
Like,
know.
randomly one day. Don't tell him
Where?
we're
I
going.
know, we're not going to tell you. So, I know, we said it now, so now he knows that one day we're just going to randomly show up.
Yeah.
I'm really like, I wanted to get all four. Me, Jen, and Sean, and Andrew all together one day was my
Andrew.
goal, but I still,
Wait,
did he take
uh-oh.
the shovel?
He just took something.
No, I think he took his toy. He's
Oh,
okay.
okay, I was like,
I heard the
did he
shovel.
take-
I thought he took the shovel.
If you guys didn't know, Brody Dogs is well, he's a Brody dog.
He's a Brody dog.
You guys gotta check out my channel to figure out what that is.
You really do. You gotta like watch. Like if there's a picture of Brody in it, just watch it. And if you don't see him ever, just skip until you see Brody. Brody's half the channel.
Yeah. Did he just send another $4.99?
Yeah.
He just sent another $4.99.
Who?
Did he? Or is it still processing? I don't know. If you sent another $4.99, awesome. Thank you. Or even if it was only one, still awesome.
So
Thank you.
go to my channel. No.
Yeah, go to channel.
I'm just
We're
kidding.
going. Me and Sean are going to peer pressure her into reopening like a Patreon or something. You really should, and just keep doing your blog. I think like she has a blog, and I'm too lazy to read, but like she was doing really good on her blog. I know. I think she just got kind of more used to the short videos.
You know why I stopped was because I was traveling so much
Okay,
that
that makes sense.
I just didn't have time to like do all that. So, and I need better equipment. My GoPro is just not,
Yeah. So
just not.
So I
doing-
was the one who convinced. I think I mentioned
Yes,
this. I
you were the
convinced
one.
Jen to get a GoPro Hero 7. If you guys watch my videos of me complaining about all the stuff I hate, which it looks so bad because I'm like,
It's your fault.
I honestly do. I did make a lot of videos with only the GoPro Hero 7, and I think they turned out
Good for
great.
me.
But
I only use action cameras.
and Sean only uses a GoPro, so he's got a testament to it. But I'm just such a big fan of.
I think it's just
David,
because the
what's that?
battery dies so quickly,
Is it?
and yeah.
Thank
He
you.
He sent it twice, Colton.
Thank you, David, for the support. It really means a lot. But yeah, the GoPro. Honestly,
How do you donate? Oscar.
I have
on
no
the
idea,
move.
honestly. I really don't
You can
know.
donate to me.
You can donate to her when she,
I
if you
need-
set up a GoFundMe.
Oh.
Just
Wait,
watching
I
is
still
enough.
have, I
okay.
still have the GoPro.
You still have it? I thought
I
you said you took it down.
I took it down from my Instagram.
Oh, okay, but it still
but it
exists.
still exists.
How do you find that though?
You just, it's like, but it's my GoFund from when I was visiting. Oh, I think it's Explore the States.
Okay, so if Jen gives me the link to GoFundMe, I'm going to put her GoFundMe in this link of this description when it goes up, so you can come back to this channel, and if you
so
want to
bad.
support Jen, it'll be in the link, and then Sean too. I'll put his. If you guys want to support him too, I'll put his Patreon or whatever he has in the description if you want to support either of them. But don't ask Jen for anything weird because she will immediately give you your money back.
Yeah.
She will.
Honestly, we just want to see each other stay out as long as we can.
Yeah, honestly, we're just
And-
trying to support each other through this and stuff. That's why I think it was really cool for like all three of us to show up at once. Like I wanted this to happen one day, but I thought it was gonna take years. And the fact that it happened so early on for me, I've only been out for 3 months, and it's already stuff I wanted to happening right now is like super awesome.
Yeah, it just goes to show how good the Jeep community is.
And honestly,
It really is.
I kind of feel bad because I was just thinking about this with us sitting here. Because like I feel like one of the biggest things was when Jake was doing this, he wasn't alone in the fact that he had so many supporters, but like there wasn't a lot of people like
You got a good
for him
trend
to
of
fall back
$4.99 going on.
on. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, thank you so much. I probably should just
Oh,
buy us all
wow.
breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
Just do that.
You're gonna be the
With all the
sugar
money
daddy
we
for
gave
both of us.
Honestly,
I'm gonna be the sugar daddy for everyone.
you're getting this money off of our content.
You know what? And what's really funny is I bet that Sean has more money than either of us, because I know he's got this knife collection. Sean's got over here. He's like, oh, you need a knife to cut those potatoes? Here, I have this $200
Oh, that's
pocket
good.
knife.
I've spent all my money on knives.
I was like, dude, like I could not spend more than 100. Even now, I'm trying to find, because I lost my knife. I'm trying to find a decent knife for like $30. And I was gonna go to the store today to try to find one, because that was like my primary knife, and I don't really have a backup pocket knife.
And I'm just like, here, take this $200 knife, throw it around.
Just
Throw
here.
it around.
Cut the potatoes and stuff with it. No
Yeah.
problem.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay, good.
How long have you gone without showering?
2 weeks.
Yep, me too.
I would
2
probably
weeks.
say 2 weeks or longer.
weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks or longer.
2 weeks long.
2 weeks.
And
After
it's-
that point, you can't take it
Oh.
anymore.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not even just like a smell thing. It's just like a hygiene thing. You just start feeling
Like,
Yeah.
so.
do
I
you guys
would've-
use baby wipes?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
dude
If I
wipes.
have to.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude
you
wipes.
have the dude wipes.
Baby
Dude
wipes
wipes.
are
Baby
just
wipes.
scentless dude wipes. Is
And,
all they are. But yeah.
I have my
Like,
dry shampoo.
After that 2-week period,
Does
I would
exist?
pay, over $30 for a shower. Probably.
He was when
Yeah.
we were in Moab. He was like, I haven't showered in like however long. I'm gonna just spend the $10
Would you
at
guys
this gym.
get one of those camp showers or whatever, the solar showers?
He has one actually,
you
and he
do?
said it sucks. So I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't really work too good.
See, I
Yeah.
want to. He has a water pump on his trailer actually, so
Oh,
he
do
could
you?
get a more of an established setup.
But how I had the water tank set up, it fell off. It wasn't the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was bolted to the axle and like the flexation.
Oh, okay.
It broke the mount.
I was gonna say, I want to actually, because I have those military jerry cans on the back of my rig. I want to have some kind of pump system. But honestly, I really want a trailer one day. Just I don't know when. And then again, I feel like I might end up with the trailer, end up hating it. But I don't know. I'm kind of waiting. But I do want to have some kind of like a water pump system.
Everything has its pros and cons, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like
Yeah.
there's some really cool stuff of having a trailer. But I think Sean can confirm that there's been times when he's been probably seen me driving my Jeep and being like, I wish I didn't have this trailer.
Yeah.
But like when he can leave it here, like it's really cool.
It's
like,
nice because we've been leaving the trailer here to
He keeps
secure
our
our
camp
spot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like he can do that. I can't do that. So
Yeah.
always pros and cons with everything. It kind of just whatever is better for you.
Colton Jeeps asked, how cold is it there? It's cold. The fire's keeping us alive.
I think it's like 25 now. Or it feels
Um,
like 25. It's warmer than it was yesterday for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Way warmer.
Well, no wind. We have no wind.
I
right
think
now.
yeah, the wind definitely
Yeah.
played back.
Backcountry Daily asked, is it a Spyderco PM2? No, I have the PM3 and a Benchmade 940 and a Benchmade bug out, and we
Yeah.
won't get into all the other ones.
He has way too many.
I have an addiction. Yeah.
I need to look at some of his more budget knives to see if I can buy one off of him. He bought the backpack. If you guys saw when I was in California, my first time I started the 50-state road trip and basically didn't go get anywhere, I bought Kai this cool backpack, and Kai hated it so much, which stinks because it was a really awesome backpack. So I was gonna get rid of it, and I asked Sean if he'd be interested, and he was like, yeah. So he got it, and Brody could care less. Brody was climbing
Yeah.
over trees and stuff.
I
with
was
it on.
looking for some kind of backpack like that for Brody for a while, and I saw that Trevor had it, so I bought it off of him. And yeah, I know Brody, he really doesn't care about that kind of stuff, like dressing him up that much. And yeah, it's been good. So help him out, help Brody out.
Make him carry his own weight, maybe calm him down a bit.
It's kind of a win-win-win, huh?
Yeah, it's a win-win-win. I got a little bit of side cash. I got rid of something I didn't need, and Brody looks really cool with it on. Kyle looked cool with it on too, except for when I put it on, he looked like pitiful.
Kyle's Jeep Adventure $2.99. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the support, man.
I always love the support.
Yay!
The fire's
The
just
fire, yeah. It's not even smoke, it's just heat.
It's just
Oh my gosh. It's
Andrew
like,
Gamber
You're
carry
gonna
a
catch a
Benchmade
fire.
also. What kind of Benchmade do you carry, man? I'd like to know. I'm real big on nice if you
I have a
haven't.
53
couldn't tell.
Willys CJ3, and now that's my antique cruiser. I still want one. I still
If
want.
I had my own
classic.
place, I would definitely get an older Jeep for sure, just for
Old, like,
messing
flat
around in
fenders,
town.
like old military. Honestly,
Yeah.
like every time I see one, like even if the engine's not running, I want one so bad. If and when, and that's actually it's one of my goals. One day I want to just have like a little shop.
They're just so rare.
They are, but
Yeah.
one day I want to have a little shop, and I just want to build cars. I actually want to build like big race cars too, like a Miata, like a street racing Miata. I know
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like a race car, but I used to have a Miata, and I love that little car. Probably the first thing I'd buy, and if not, the old CJs, like the CJ2, CJ3 flat fenders. definitely. I really want one of those. On my list of things.
Like on when we went to Moab, we saw Fred's Willys.
Yeah, I forgot about
something
that.
just like that.
Just like that.
I would build
Maybe
it up.
smaller tires. I want to keep like the classic look, kind
Yeah.
of the cruiser.
Or that one we saw, the green one in the parking lot.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah, that was.
That would
sick.
be like, that's like the perfect.
That's
like,
exactly what I
yeah.
want.
He had no back seat, you know.
Just
Yeah.
pull out.
Just straight up Jeep.
You know, no top, no doors, just not even a roll cage, just bolt on. Machine gun. You want a machine gun in the back. And then you want to fold the windshield down and have your musket.
Bruce said he sent me some more questions. I didn't read them.
More questions. Oh wow.
He's really
Oh.
good with questions. I can't even really think of.
Okay, how many stickers do you guys each have on your Jeeps? I couldn't count. Honestly, I have too many.
I need to count. I don't have too many, but I could probably think of. No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go count them.
You have no stickers, don't you?
I have stickers.
I had 2.
Yeah.
They were skydiving stickers, but I took them off.
Okay.
No.
How often do you guys Jeep wave back when on and off road? Every
All the
Jeep I
time.
see, I wave.
Okay, confession time. Sometimes I miss it,
Oh,
but
well,
every time I'm
everybody.
paying attention, I try to. Like if I'm paying attention,
Yeah.
but I think that's
do.
genuine.
I do for every time for Wranglers. If it's like an XJ, if they wave to me, I'll wave back. But
Yeah.
it's not
I
as
wave
often.
at XJs.
I don't wave at XJs as often.
I don't wave at Cherokees, but I wave at
I
XJs.
try to wave at every Jeep that I see.
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me when like if I wave at somebody and they're clearly like not looking up. That's one thing because like I understand that they probably didn't see me. It's when I drive past them, I wave at them and they look at me like I'm
you
crazy.
make eye contact.
I
with yourself.
hate that.
I
That
have
drives me crazy
3%
so much.
on my phone right now.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta.
So we
instantly
gotta
switch.
hurry up.
Yeah. You plan to go outside the USA? I would go to probably Baja, Mexico, with a group. I wouldn't go
Mexico.
outside the USA by myself.
There,
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Sweet.
if that works.
If it works. Is
Is
there like a
it-
button we press?
No,
Just plug it in.
it
yes.
just.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay. What about you guys?
Mexico, yes, and Canada.
Yeah. With a group. I would
with
go
a
with
group,
a group. Yeah.
Definitely. I don't want the cartels on me.
Wait, what was the question?
Would
Would
you
you
ever
plan to go
travel
outside?
outside the U.S.?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's from me. Sean, would you consider switching to a teardrop style overland trailer, or stick with your setup now? The rooftop tent is nice. It's comfortable, but if I had a really good deal on a teardrop trailer, I would probably go with that just for the practicality of pulling in somewhere, not having to set up anything, and just having it there, you know?
Honestly, with your current setup, you might be able to trade straight across for someone who's looking for more
Yeah.
of a camp feel.
And a
That's
lot of
the
people
cool thing
do
you
like
have.
the setup I have now.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed.
I
That.
like it a lot, but it's for everyday use. It's a little bit too much, you know.
Camping versus living is a little bit.
Yeah.
little bit
I
different.
feel like a teardrop trailer would be more practical. Yeah,
That's kind of what I want to get is a teardrop trailer too. So
yeah.
eventually, would you ever get a teardrop trailer? Why not?
I
if
want to
not?
get. I want to get one of those Airstream base camp.
Is that a specific
trailers.
brand or do?
You never seen one of those?
I heard an
I don't
Airstream,
think
but I haven't
so.
seen those. No.
Base camp?
No.
It's like a really well. I can't tow it in this Jeep, but like if I get the
Oh, is it like a
392,
bigger camper?
it's. I mean, it's not a tier like. I'll look it up.
I was
for
gonna say
you.
because I mean, pretty much any car could pull a teardrop camper. They're not that big, so it's more established.
Alright, we'll go on to the next question
Next
then.
question when she looks that
If
up.
you could pick someone famous to travel with, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Bruce, I'd pick you.
Someone famous to travel.
You're pretty
with.
famous in the Jeep community now. Yeah,
He is now.
I would
This Jeep
say-
community knows.
I would say you're pretty famous in
That
the
was
Jeep
funny.
community.
I immediately started thinking of celebrities.
Just
I was like
too.
Robert Downey Jr.
No, I saw it and I was like, I gotta think of somebody. I was like, why not Bruce?
Sean was like, "You, buddy."
Yeah, I'd pick you, Bruce. Had a little wink behind my back there.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, but who would you pick?
I don't know. I'd kind of. Are we travel? Okay, here's a good question. Are we traveling with them like they're in our vehicle, or are we traveling with them like they have their own established vehicle and you're with them like me and you right now?
Let us know, Bruce.
Yeah, because if it's with somebody in the Jeep, I don't know. I don't really care how famous they are. I feel like I'd get really tired with them unless we were in a like very close relationship.
Yeah, like a celebrity, I wouldn't travel with. I think
No.
they'd just be like kind of like stuck up.
That'd
and, like,
be really.
all
And
themselves.
I don't even like Robert Downey Jr. is awesome. I feel like I could put up with him for maybe a day
Yeah.
in real life. On TV, yeah, he's awesome, but in real life, I don't know. If they had their own setup and kind of like me and Sean traveling together but separate,
That's different.
that's definitely completely different. Oh, that's kind of
Okay.
cool.
So what
you could
about you,
stand up in
Jen?
that.
Would you
Yeah.
travel with someone famous, and who would it be?
I don't know.
Jen doesn't like famous
Maybe that's
snobs.
just hard no for her.
That's a hard no. She just wouldn't travel with someone.
Any plans for solar? I'll let you answer this. I'll go
Yes.
last on this one. I'll go
Okay,
last on
Jen
this one.
goes first. Solar plans, yes.
Yes. when I have the money.
When I have the money.
How would you do it? Like on top of your roof or what? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Same thing. I really want a solar setup. Kind of jealous, Sean. Just I'll wait. I'll let him answer that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of slowly working toward that. It's just not in the budget now. But my plan is to have like either a solar panel on the hood or on the rack, and which might be more possible now since currently I only have 2 boxes on the rack and I only need enough to run the fridge off of. But yes, definitely want solar in the near future.
I couldn't have a solar on my hood or even on top of my Jeep because of Brody. He likes to jump up there just randomly sometimes.
He jumped up on my Jeep.
Yeah, he jumped up on his Jeep. Yeah. I just bought a new solar setup. I'm gonna be making a video on that soon, when I have time. But I just bought a whole new solar setup, and it's been working great for me so far. So video coming up about that soon. Stay tuned for that.
It's cool.
But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that for now. So,
You're gonna have to watch his channel. You're gonna have to go subscribe to his channel.
do you come across any other Jeep people living in Jeeps? Jeep people living in Jeeps?
No.
No.
Do you
No.
do you
I
do
don't.
anything hold on and doing interesting adventures? Do you usually talk with them?
Okay, sorry, I just got like
I
ash
can
in
say
the face.
Moab's a good.
Moab was a good place to meet. I do enjoy meeting other people who live in their vehicles. Like, especially you go like Moab was a good place because you go to a coffee shop and you'd be like, "Hey, I like your rig," and they're like, "Oh, thanks." I'm like, "Do you live in it?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you know." And even some of them are like locals and they're like, "I'm just doing it for college and I'm living in it." But like, I met this girl at the coffee shop. She lived in her Subaru, and it's cool to like talk to those people. But I have not met anyone else who lives in a Jeep.
Yeah, Jeeps
I think
are
you're
kind
the
of.
first person.
First person
Yeah,
is
you-
met that
yeah.
lived in a Jeep,
Yeah.
aside from Sean.
Yeah,
Sean is
well,
second
you
person.
first and then
It's
you
Sean.
second.
That's why I think it's cool that we're all here, because like I genuinely don't know. Aside from, I can name 2 other people, like not even name Andrew, but his accident affected him. I know there's a couple. I've seen them on YouTube. They live in a 4-door Jeep. I wasn't really hooked on their videos too much, but I've seen it.
Is
and
it
then,
Light
No, not Light Bright. Does Light Bright even like live? See, I didn't even
I
think
think
of
they
Light
did,
Bright.
but I
really
don't know
watch
if
their
they
videos.
legitimately lived
Yeah,
in there.
I didn't think
Yeah.
they were really legitimate.
'Cause
More,
they're
they were
like
more like
spons-
overlanders,
yeah.
but they had so many sponsors. It really wasn't. I couldn't relate to them.
Mhm.
But that's a different story. But the
Yeah.
other one was Jake. But like, not very many people really full time live in it, especially like the way we do. And I think that you really don't see it. That's why this is like a really cool opportunity now, like
Yeah.
to share our stories.
Yeah, I haven't really met anyone that actually like lives in a Jeep. Like I've seen a lot of people. I've met a lot of people that live in like vans or trucks even, and it's great to talk to them, you know, and get to know them and
Their
see who
story.
they are. But in Jeeps, it's kind of like, I don't know, they're so inconvenient to live in a Jeep that not a lot of people do it. They rather choose something else like a truck or something like that.
Or even just a 4Runner.
Even like a 4Runner, yeah. But no, not really about that.
That'd be cool, but we're a very, very rare breed.
And if I did see someone living in a Jeep, like where I'm camping at, I would definitely go over to talk to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
for sure.
So-
You gotta like
would I.
no simping, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I'd
pretty
go-
cool.
All right, last question from Bruce here. How would you react if I and Jake wanted to go on your adventures with y'all?
I'd do it. I would definitely do it. And I think it's actually something that upsets. Sorry, I just took over this whole message, but something that really bothers me that I see a lot. I was actually watching one of his videos. Is he got so much hate after he took a break from his channel, and I really don't think that's fair. And I honestly, and it kind of, I was thinking about this the other day because I really think that, and I would like to, you know, go on like a trip with him soon. And I really think if I did, that people would probably get mad at me in the comments, or I think honestly even half my subscribers would probably really dog on him for that. And I really think that it's kind of disappointing to see that, because even driving up here, I was listening to one of his videos, and I think he was very genuine with a lot of people in his videos, and to see how many people just like treat him like he's this evil person now, you know, makes me, it actually kind of concerns me to think that, you know, I might even end up like that, because I never want people to see everything I've accomplished and then completely see me as like this evil con artist or whatever you guys think of him, whoever the people are. And that's genuinely what some of these people are saying. And I don't know, I just think that's really messed up that people would take obligation out of his life, because I don't know, I can't speak for these two, but I know personally for me, when I make my videos, it's not I'm not just making videos, I'm literally filming my life story, and I'm not gonna change my life just to make people happy. And I think that some people got a little too obligated to feel like they were owed all the intimacies of his life, and he just wasn't willing to continue sharing that. And
Yeah.
I really
Didn't
think it's sick that people would want to, dog on him for that. So
And it's different from him and
Yeah.
me with posting. I post pretty consistent, but he posts very consistent, like every day.
Mhm.
And he has to make a video every day, and I don't. I could take like a week off if I really wanted to, and just post, like the good stuff. He has to post what's going on that day.
when the Jeep
You know.
breaks down that day in Walmart.
Yeah, so it's very different, our two video types.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
try to make it a little bit more, like you don't see the bad stuff, but it still happens,
Yeah. And I kind of went on a side tangent there, but so probably back to the question, what would you say if that happened to you?
I forgot what the question was.
If
Well,
Jake
was.
if Jake wanted to
Yeah.
travel with you.
I would travel with him. I'm not too big into I don't know, traveling with people anymore.
I feel
was
like I would
for a
maybe do
while.
it for a week or so. But
Yeah,
I don't-
Jake's definitely a cool person. Meeting him from the expo. I met him in person actually, so he hasn't.
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Yeah, so I met him in person. He's definitely a cool guy in person, and if you ever do have a chance to meet him, definitely do that because he is a cool person. But seeing his videos back in the old day, there was nothing more I wanted than to meet him and like hang out with him for a while. But actually, I don't know. I would say yes. Yeah,
I would
sure.
definitely do it with him, but I think it's definitely like I'd still, I wouldn't want to like move in with him on
Yeah,
his
that's
adventures.
the thing. I
I
wouldn't,
still
like-
want my own. I still want my own story.
I feel like a
so,
week's long enough with
Yeah.
somebody,
Like I would definitely like if I could travel with him for a week or something like that, just to get to know him and stuff. But I don't want to just stay with him the whole time. I still have my own story, my own journeys. I still want the freedom to go and do what I want to do. Basically.
At the end of the
So,
day, everyone's just a normal person,
Yeah.
and you do what you want to do during the day,
Mhm. So Jen.
Would you travel with Jake?
If he had a Wrangler, maybe for a little bit. But I don't.
He
I don't
chopped it in
consider.
half.
Oh.
But I don't. But
The
I don't
harsh-
consider I don't consider Jake to be any kind of celebrity or
Yeah.
anything. He's just a guy that
Yeah.
And I think that was probably one of
I-
his issues that happened was so many people put him on this pedestal.
Yeah.
I
of
think
like,
when he first did it, he was like the first person to kind of do it.
Yeah.
So everyone was kind of like idolizing him, trying to be like him.
and
I
even
guess.
now, I get all these comments that are just, I'm copying Jake
So-
because I live in a Jeep and therefore I'm a
Well,
copycat.
it's just. I mean, he was just for. I wouldn't say the first person to document. I'm sure there's other people that have lived in their Jeep. And
I think he was the
stuff.
first
just-
person to become successful with
Yeah.
documenting it.
So, but I mean, I did watch a few videos of
Mhm.
him when he had like a couple hundred subscribers.
Mhm.
Because I was doing the same thing too. I
Yeah.
just didn't document what I was going through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I have a question for you then. Kind of going off of that. When you were first starting to get into it, how did you did you look up videos on how to do it, or you just kind of went out there and did it?
I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
It was when I was living in my Jeep. It was I came back from New Zealand and I was broke and I didn't have any money to rent or anything.
So you kind of got thrown into it.
I
then.
got thrown into it and I
Yeah.
realized it wasn't that bad. And then I was thinking that I was the only person that lived in their Jeep.
Mhm.
And then I remember looking up on YouTube, living in your Jeep.
Bruce
and
said,
I
"Let's
think
say they have their
he
own
had
vehicle."
he had picked it up or he had come up and it was living in your Jeep or I'm preparing or something like this or whatever. And it
yeah.
was a few months old or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I watched it and I was like, okay, I don't feel so bad. I mean, I was like, okay, there's this guy that's doing it, you
Yeah.
know? And so I watched him, but it was different from me because he had the YJ.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, look at this guy. He's putting a cot in there, and, yeah, it was different, but it was the same. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I mean, I would be like, hey, I would treat him as if the same as you guys.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
put him on a pedestal. He's accomplished a lot from the YouTube community and everything.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, he's just like, everybody else.
I definitely don't see him as a celebrity. I see Casey Neistat, for example, as more the celebrity level. But I think, I don't know, because I watched Jake probably around the same time as Jen, just so early on in the videos. And even now, he's actually one of my Patreon pledges. And I have had some short but personal conversations with him that I've never, felt don't think that there's some things he'd want to share maybe personally on the channel and stuff. But even just like while I was in Moab, like I mentioned that I was in Moab and stuff, and just like he replies off and on, different things like that. And I don't know, it feels a lot, I see him a lot more just like a person who like I know through his channel, not so much like a celebrity. I feel like a celebrity is more of like somebody who isn't a genuine person. Like you see them like Iron Man, for example. Robert Downey Jr. is kind of like an icon for the characters he's portrayed as, versus Jake was more of just like someone who I watched document his life, and it's just a person who inspired me to want to do this, and I give him a lot of credit for that. And so I still like, I would like to meet him, because if I don't really know if I would have done this without him, and I still see that, you know, even if everybody was right about him being, which I don't think, I think everybody's just out of their mind for thinking this, but even if everybody was right about him being a con artist or whatever, that doesn't mean that he didn't still inspire me to go on this trip, and I still give him full credit for that, because I wouldn't have done it without him, honestly.
He did what he had to make it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make him a bad person.
I don't think it makes him a bad person. And like I've explained it to people this way, people supported him while he was making his videos, which was all he promised you guys. He didn't promise anything other than that he would make those videos at the time. So just like the people just now sent me a lot of money, and this is actually, I think, the main reason Jen doesn't really like receiving
I don't like
support.
obligation.
I don't want, and I appreciate all the support I get, but I never want to feel like I'm trapped because people control my life out of money. It's the primary reason I don't even like the idea of working for a boss per se, as opposed to having my own company or earning my own money, is because I don't like people deciding what I'm worth and saying that, you know, I gave you money, therefore you have to do what I say, and you have to live your life based on how I think. And just that idea, I think it's a really messed up thought process, to think that you own someone's life because you gave them your money. And I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate all the support I get, but I never want people to feel like I am obligated to do what they tell me to just because they gave me, you know, $20 that one time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And right here, it'd be neat to see you guys to link up. If you guys really want us to see a link up, spam Jake's channel, and we'll see what can happen here.
Don't do it in the comments. He doesn't read his comments. Do it on his. No, he doesn't really. I don't know. He kind of just disappeared.
I know. Just spam Jake any way you can.
Yeah, do it. Find a way.
To see how we can link up, and we'll make it happen.
Be like, hey,
Wait,
Jake,
what?
come down here to Arizona.
Yeah.
I know you're
I feel
all
like
the
we
way
would
across
have
the
to go to
state.
him.
But yeah, we'd probably have to
Yeah.
go to him.
Yeah. So spam his comments or something like
Honestly,
that.
I do intend to hit him up in my road trip at some point. I've already told him that we got to go wheeling sometime, and he's down for it. So it's more of a matter of me, you know, getting down there, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll happen one day.
He's
I promise.
doing more of like the overlanding.
He's doing more overlanding. I really
Yeah.
don't know. I can't say I know. I'm not like best friends with him. I just have had conversations on and off with him.
Yeah.
But I think that he is trying to get some stuff figured out. Plus, he's in a relationship now, and I think it's perfectly understandable. He's probably trying to focus on that.
Yeah, he wants to keep
So,
his private life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well-
really don't think he wants all the intimacies of his life involved in his channel.
And
Yeah.
I think if I remember, like his dad passed away, and he was still receiving like some negative.
He was, and
Yeah.
then, like,
Which is
that's-
just terrible
I
for the
think he
people
was
who say
probably
that.
like, you
It's
know
really
what,
sucky that
like
people did that.
I was
Camera's
trying
out.
to share my
Cameras
life
out.
with you guys.
Cameras out.
camera's out. Oh no!
Camera's frozen.
Here you go. It's probably saying low power mode. We've been on it for like an hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like low power mode.
How's your phone doing? Is that thing
20%. We still have enough time.
I have 16% on this.
Well, we have to keep the headset or they can't hear us.
Yeah. So worst comes to worst, we can just plug in that.
Yeah,
just for
worst
that.
comes to worst, but I think we'll probably be okay.
Okay, we're back on.
We're back on. That was my bad.
Okay, what are we talking about
I've
now?
completely charged my phone this
I
time.
was just telling you guys about like how people were being rude to.
After his dad died,
Jake.
yeah.
After his dad passed, so he's probably like, you know, I tried to share a lot of my intimate moments with people,
And they were just jerks about it.
it. You know, it was probably it.
It's almost like, you know,
That's
and
what I would have done. I would have been like,
yeah,
well,
and
you
honestly,
know?
putting myself in his shoes, you know, when you come out and you're really open with people and honest with people, and they turn around and dog you for it, like,
Do you remember Levi Convey?
Huh?
But yeah, after doing it, you kind of understand it a little bit better, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like once you're living this life, it's like, I don't know, I think I see
You
it
understand
differently.
it a little bit better. And he did it for so long by himself.
Honestly, like
That,
3 months in, or even just Jen's the only person here who can really say how you know.
Well, I mean, I
4
wasn't
years.
like 4 years like completely. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
so
on
even
and
maybe-
off. You know.
I know going through Oregon, California by myself, I got really, really lonely.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it was pretty
Even
bad.
like recently, like after.
So lonely.
But
I
I
don't
was
know. It's
still
really
doing
cool
it.
being here with you guys too, because I did notice
I
that
think I
like
got used to it.
getting
it does
alone.
Get lonely, though.
It does
does
get
get a little
lonely,
lonely.
especially when you really don't like. I don't know, just
It-
being able to like talk stuff like this, it gets a little.
It makes
lonely.
you appreciate this a little bit better.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You start to appreciate, you know, spending time with friends and family a lot more when you don't have that. You know, losing something really makes you appreciate it more.
Uh oh, they hear. Or are they barking
He
at
wants
me?
to play. This is playful
I'm
part.
surprised they haven't gone after that mouse. I'm
Okay,
really
so
gonna
do
have to clean
do
out
you
that.
guys have any more questions?
Do I? I think I had one. Ooh, I think I had one earlier, and then then I forgot. Like, got distracted.
Making sure
with
it's not any
something.
wild boars.
Do you want to read your questions, Trevor?
Sure. Did we have any questions in the comments before I do that?
At least having a dog speaks time. Yeah, having a dog, having Brody, he's become my best friend. So I love Brody.
Guy's a pain
Well,
in my
you're
butt,
less
but I still love
lonely.
him.
I have nobody. I
Yeah,
should get,
Jen
I should
has
get
no-
like a stuffed puppy or
Insert,
I was gonna
something.
say you need a stuffed animal.
And just walk him.
What's wrong, Kai?
People think I'm crazy. Just start walking my stuffed
Just go to
animal.
Build-A-Bear and just build.
Okay, Bruce sent some more questions.
Oh, good, because I didn't want to ask mine. I think Kai might be ready.
Why
for it.
not?
Are you going to
No,
Overland
I was
Expo?
kidding.
Where and when is Overland Expo?
I don't know, but I want to go.
Are we talking about the Flagstaff one or like the East Coast one? I don't know, because I know the West Coast they do it in Flagstaff. So let me know where they're doing the Overland Expo, and I probably will go to it. So yeah. What are the top 5 things living in your Jeep? What are the top 5 Jeep things living in your Jeep, Jen? Because let's start with that.
Do what? What
The
are
top 5 things, like advantages, I guess,
the advantages
Yeah.
of living in my Jeep?
or let's like top 5 gear or something like that. I don't know. Top 5 general
I don't know. Freedom is number 1, I guess.
freedom.
Freedom. No roommates.
No roommates. Yeah.
You
No
must have had a
rents.
really bad
You
experience.
like living by
with the
yourself?
roommate.
Okay.
I will. Yeah, I've had really bad experiences, like slobs for roommates.
Uh-huh. No rents.
Traveling.
Getting to see a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
traveling
getting to see the
and my
States.
sanity.
Same.
Like I said, I don't know.
It
My
keeps you humble.
personality- Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, is that like, you know, I'm not saying that I would never like sleep in a house ever again, but
Mhm.
I think like being a like minimalist like really does make me
Brody.
appreciate, you know, when I do,
Mhm.
you know, when I do go back to moving back in a house, but I think I
It'll
will
make
for
you
sure,
appreciate it a little bit better, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
will for sure, if I do move back into a house, I will for sure keep doing my Jeep travels and everything, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of places, even though I've been to like 45 states, I still want to go back through to visit the places that I was not able to go to.
Okay. Trevor, what about you, Trevor?
What was the question?
Top 5 things living in a Jeep.
You have to make sure Kai doesn't knock the camera over. Top 5 like pros.
Yeah, pros.
Opportunity to go anywhere.
Try
Oh,
not
wait.
to catch on fire.
May 14 through 16, 2021, Flagstaff, Arizona.
I want to go. I don't know where it is, but I want to go.
I'm there already.
I don't know
It's
where
an
it
hour
was.
and a
yeah,
half.
you're
It's
right.
an
It's right
hour
over
and a half
there.
away.
I'll make it somewhere, one way or another.
Yeah.
I want to meet the overland bound people.
Yeah, I'll probably like go to Flagstaff
Mhm.
for the expo and then go to Colorado from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, top 5 things.
Top 5 things. I'm trying to think of things that are like unique to living in a Jeep.
Yeah, the
But I don't
freedom.
like freedom.
You got
No rent.
no rent. Gas is pretty much your rent.
Gas. Yeah. I
Because the
guess,
Jeeps are
kinda.
paid
But-
off.
But
Yeah.
while you're paying the gas, you're traveling somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Gas, food, you got that.
I don't know. Food isn't really like an opportunity. There's nothing that we can eat on the Jeep that's like, oh, you can't do this at home.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's kind of you can really-
nature therapy. I guess that's a big one. But I guess it's kind of mixed in traveling. But we have to pick 5. So
your sanity.
sanity, keeping my sanity.
Yeah.
I don't know, the opportunity to reflect on things, I guess, because like debatably this is a con or a pro, just the way you see it, but like we were saying, like it makes you appreciate things more.
Yeah.
Being out, like not being around family and stuff, makes it better when you spend more quality time with people. Learning quality time is
Mhm.
actually a big thing, because like spending time with someone means nothing if it's not
Mhm.
quality time. Like some people can spend like a half a year together and
Yeah.
not reflect on anything that they've done together. And some
Yeah.
people can spend a week together and have so much to reflect on because they spent a week doing so much with each other or just getting to know each other so well. So
I heard this from somewhere. You really got to have the bad times in your life to
To
really appreciate the good
yeah.
times in your life. You really
I
know
don't
when
like
the
that.
opportunity comes, you really appreciate it, and it makes it just that much better. And I feel like Jeep life really helps with that. Just being by yourself and missing those simple things you had back in civilization.
I don't know what number that was, but I think another one would be self-growth. Spending enough time with yourself, you kind of learn to appreciate your own personal time and also just learn like what are your strong suits and like what you actually enjoy, I guess. Getting to know yourself better, and I think that's something some people just don't take enough time on. But when you are alone, living out of your Jeep or whatever, I guess this could apply to lots of situations, but you know, even van life, but just living alone, traveling, you get to really reflect and realize what do you really enjoy in life and what, you know, who are you as a person, you know, finding yourself. It's a great way to do that too. How many was that? Was that 4 or 5? We'll say that was 5
Let's
because
just say that was 5.
that was 5. You know,
Yeah.
right there, boom, I did it.
And he had one more question. Let me go back to that.
Okay. We have to keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't freeze.
Yeah, let's see.
Ooh. If the wind wasn't blowing toward us, it'd be perfect.
I know.
Oh, what's your choice of coffee?
Choice of coffee? Silver Grizzly. Jen, you had the Silver Grizzly.
Yeah.
Was it not as amazing for you
It
as I
was-
tried to make it,
was-
sound?
Well, it was like good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Have you had better? And do I need to try this better coffee?
I mean, I've been to a bunch of coffee shops in
You have been to like
the-
54 states though, so
in
45.
the New
Yeah.
England states, and they have like, I mean, I can't even tell you what specific spot. It's just
Yeah.
in the New England states. Vermont is my favorite state, hands down. Of all the states that I visited, I love Vermont, and they have really good coffee up there.
Yeah, honestly, guys, if you really want to help me out, go to Silver Grizzly's like Instagram and just spam them and tell them to sponsor me. So
So
they'll be
nice.
like, "Wow, all these people really want me to sponsor them." Because I reached out to them through Instagram. I reached out to their email and they haven't replied, but I want them to sponsor me because I love them so much, and they have to sponsor me coffee. I mean, I could buy coffee from anywhere, but I genuinely love their coffee. It's just, I love their logo,
Yeah.
I love their environment. It's the only thing back in Longview I actually liked was the coffee. The Silver Grizzly. Go spam them. Do it for me, please. I beg you.
I guess I have a different kind of outtake on that. I buy what's cheap.
Yeah,
Folgers.
I drink
Yep.
it black, whatever. So
No,
I drink my coffee black.
Add
So
the
it all
instant.
kind of tastes the same. I don't know.
I take my coffee very seriously. I think, was it
You're a
Jen who was saying
coffee
this earlier?
connoisseur.
Like, I will eat cardboard, but my coffee, I take that very seriously.
You're a coffee
Yeah.
connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur of coffee.
Okay.
Kai, hey, don't take the bowl. He took it, he moved it just so Brody
That's what,
wouldn't
happened
get it.
that's what happened last night. That's why the bowl's all messed up.
He didn't even chew on it. He just picked it up and moved it away.
Yeah. So.
Oh. Trip, Brody.
Is Trevor going to go to college?
No, never.
Oh wow.
If I went to anything, I'd go to like either a film school or maybe a mechanics class, a mechanics course, and I'd only go to mechanics course to learn tuning. Like I want to learn street tuning. I think that'd be awesome. So once I start buying my Miata, I can get a Mega Squirt PCM and I can learn to actually tune my own engines. But that's it. I would not go to a college, just maybe a trade
I
school.
don't think any of us are going to school online,
No.
right? No, not at all.
Did you ever go to college?
I'm still a student at ASU, but because of the COVID thing, I'm not enrolled in any classes.
But are you doing like any like online
Online?
stuff with them at all?
Online school, but not right at the moment because of COVID.
Okay.
They don't have online because of COVID.
No, they do. I'm
Oh.
just I'm a current. Well, I wouldn't say current, but I'm technically a student at Arizona State University.
Gotcha.
Online, I just because of the COVID, I don't take any classes.
Yeah. I've heard of Black Rifle Coffee, and
I gotta try
I've
it.
heard of it too.
I gotta try
but
it. Honestly, yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
very, as a connoisseur, if it's too dark, it genuinely burns the coffee beans, and it's not a good taste. That's a lie. I prefer light roast coffees. I prefer a strong taste, but light roasts are better.
Some
you-
men would say they like the darker, the better. Okay.
That's just literally burning the coffee beans, though. Now, there's one thing: drinking it black and drinking dark roast are two completely different things.
The Overland Taco said, "Ever heading to the southeast?"
I still love your nickname, dude, or your username.
I don't know. The East has never really been something I've been like wanting to pursue. I love the West.
The
And,
West is pretty incredible.
The West is the best, I think I say.
But Jen has been to the East, and she can tell us how she can compare the two.
Yeah.
Like, what part of the east?
East
Southeast.
Coast, I guess.
Southeast.
It's definitely different from here. I mean, there's more. I mean, the northeastern part is really pretty during the fall. Like, I recommend everybody go check out the New England states.
So catch you
I
during
do
fall.
not like Florida.
Really?
Just because, well, during the summertime I don't like it because
probably
humidity
tourists.
and mosquitoes.
Oh, I hate mosquitoes.
So-
Later, Colton Jeeps. See you later. Thanks for coming
Oh,
in.
yep, thank you. Okay,
And,
if there's mosquitoes,
Georgia,
I'm out.
it's really humid and it's miserable down in the south, like during the summertime because it's super humid, like in Georgia and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I know,
but-
it's like came out of nowhere too.
But out here, it's dry heat, so it's
Mhm.
more, you know.
During the
so-
summer in Phoenix, it feels like someone put an oven
Yeah.
on full blower
It
on
is
your
hot.
face. It's
awful.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely would not live here. I do plan on hitting the East. Like if I 50 state road trip is my goal.
Oh, with
But-
hurricanes too.
Yeah, I don't want to rush
Tornadoes.
anything. I actually had a friend of mine recently point out that like when Jake was doing his 50 state road trip, he kept going back to the same states and stuff, and if I was actually going to shoot for 50 states or if I was just kind of do my own thing. And I pointed out that I don't ever want to, I like the freedom to be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, and I never want to feel like I'm being forced to have to go. I don't want to be like, I want to go back to Colorado, but I already went to Colorado, so I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
If I want to go to Colorado, I'm going to go to Colorado, and my goal is to eventually go to all 50 states, but I never want to just go somewhere because I feel like I have to finish the 50 state road trip. And I think I've mentioned it before, but I genuinely don't know if I'm going to make it all 50 states. I would like to, but it's definitely, you know, I'm going to need a lot of support from a lot of people to be able to get to that point, and if I never reach that, it's just not going to be possible. I genuinely can't do this without support from people. It's not even just financial support, but just having the right connections with people, because there's
Yeah.
going to be times when I'm just going to need to know the right people to be able to help me on this journey, and if that doesn't happen, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I know on the East a lot of it isn't like the West, where there's a lot of BLM land.
Yeah.
You have to. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, we're about
Like,
to
I'm
get
gonna catch
caught
on fire.
Oh yeah, the East Coast.
The
there's
East Coast,
no-
you have to like. A lot of it's owned. Like,
Yep.
there's not
Yeah.
a lot of BLM
I
land
don't
there.
know, it's like a bug or something.
And that's the part of the Jeep life also. You never know what's gonna happen during that day. Like,
Yeah.
we thought we were gonna have like a chill day at. I guess we did kind of.
Yeah.
Like a chill day at the coffee shop and just kind of edit everything.
Time
and
went by so fast,
Get everything
though.
so done, and yeah, time just goes by so fast. and
Especially sun goes down at 5 o'clock.
I always say you can make it a plan one day, and the next day it's just gonna change.
Yeah.
So
And people always tell me that I need to plan better. I remember people were like, make sure you have a plan, but the reality is, ouch, that was right
I
on that
know.
one.
Like I got
Like,
one too.
You okay?
Uh-oh.
we're getting smoked out, guys.
Goose, you get an ash on you?
No, I didn't get an ash
I
on
thought
me.
you got,
Oh,
I got ash on
like
the
a
arm.
little.
Just my eyes are watering like heck.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, like, you can't really plan stuff because it's never going to go according to plan. Like, you can try to, but I mean, I basically gave up on the whole idea of planning stuff. I just wing it at this point.
The Overland Taco, hit us up when you're out in the West. We'll probably do something.
Yes.
We're open to do some
I
cool
really- I want-
collabs.
I want that in my title, Overland Taco.
Yeah,
Overlanding with tacos with Overland the Taco.
Tacos sound
yeah.
good right
Making
now,
tacos
actually.
overland with
Tacos are
tacos.
awesome. You want to
Making
get
taco-
Chipotle tomorrow?
Overland
We should get
tacos.
Chipotle
I
tomorrow.
know.
You ever had Chipotle?
Yeah.
Okay. He
Okay.
hasn't.
I
Oh, you
hadn't.
never?
I hadn't, and then Sean was like, "We should go to Chipotle." I was like, "Oh, I've always wanted to try Chipotle. I just never did." And then it was like I discovered my new favorite
I
thing.
used to go to Chipotle all the time when I was doing the whole vegan thing for 3
cow.
months.
Really?
So did you get the?
What kind of meat did you get?
I got the tofu one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I tried that on accident.
It's actually really good.
It's really not bad, but
you
I
can't
wanted.
Even, you can't even. It
Um,
doesn't.
I
even
wanted
taste
the
like, it's
carnitas.
spicy.
I wanted the pork, but I said the wrong thing too fast. I just saw nitas and I asked for it, and I don't remember what it's
Carnitas.
called, but
Yeah, carnitas.
No, carnitas is
That is the pork.
Yeah.
yeah, but what the
I-
other thing
I-
is called something else. Like
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, I know. I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
it was
but-
so, and I saw it, and I was like,
Okay.
that's it, and then I was like, it didn't sound like what I remember. I don't know why. I
Camera's
understand
frozen.
Spanish and I
Camera's
can speak
frozen.
it. Ah, forget it. It's over.
10%.
It's over.
We're quite ended out here soon, huh?
We're at 10%, so
We'll talk a little bit more.
yeah, we're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up this live stream. If we cut out again, the live stream's probably over because it just died.
So we're gonna end this guys soon here, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
Let's see.
Yeah.
If we have a couple more questions, we
you.
probably have 5 minutes before the camera goes out.
Yeah, we have time for a few more questions. Check out my channel,
Definitely
Sean's
do.
Jeep Life. Check out Jen's channel,
and
Jeep
Instagram.
Nomad.
No.
I'm gonna put all of them. I'm going to put all their stuff in the links below, especially their support. If you guys want to send them any support, I'm going to peer pressure Jen into sending me her whatever it's called, GoFundMe.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. Later, Kyle's Jeep Adventures. Thanks for all the questions,
Bye.
man.
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. It's been fun hanging out. Thanks for
Absolutely.
staying for the whole thing too. I know you were one of the first ones here.
Some of these guys have just been sitting here for 2 hours, just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to do this one day.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting smoked out. The
Aw.
camera's
are.
dying.
It'll be nice to have like.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I mean, yeah, it's fun doing these. If you guys want to see more, definitely let Trevor more know about this, and we'll try to do something better.
Okay, so we don't know because we haven't got to look at Sean, but Sean, this morning, Sean was 3 people away from having 500 subscribers, so he needs 3 more people. So honestly, guys, like go look at his channel right now, see if we can get 500 by the end of the night. That'd be awesome. I'd be very proud of myself for having helped with that, but also just to see him get to 500. Definitely do that. Go subscribe to his channel like right now. Get it to 500.
No.
Do it.
Thank you, Base Camp Unbound, for coming to the stream.
Yeah, the way he said no, thank you.
Yeah. Great guys. You
Okay.
guys. I subbed you a few weeks ago. Thank you so much, Aaron Gamber. You're awesome. I love how you guys are the A team. I remember that.
Sean, are you doing a giveaway at 500? My dad said M, and I don't know what that means.
Him. Oh, I don't know.
Maybe you should say.
If you guys really want me to do a giveaway, let me know.
Yeah, he's giving away his premium $180 pocket knife. He's just giving it to them.
I would never give away my. Sorry, guys. I would give away my Benchmade bug out. If you guys really want me to, I'll give away my Benchmade bug out.
Dude, I'm signing up for that. Is it to everyone who subscribes?
Yeah.
Put me in the raffle. Night, Mom.
Night Wave. Okay.
Night,
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming out. We'll probably end it here pretty soon.
yeah, just because the channel. If
We
you
have
like
time for at least one more,
2 or 3 more questions,
Yeah.
but the camera can cut out at any minute now.
You guys can give us some more questions.
So if you have any questions right now, this is your last chance.
But if the camera dies during the question, we're not obligated to do that.
The zombie apocalypse could happen tonight, and you might never see us again. So like anything
Yeah.
you're wondering, you gotta ask it now. You never know. The
This is
only
now.
people who are gonna survive is Kai and Brody. Honestly,
Yeah, now or later, guys. Come on.
we're never doing this again. This is the one in a lifetime. You guys are the only people who are ever gonna see this.
Yeah.
Stars aligned with 3 people living in Jeeps for the first time. It's
Hey,
never gonna happen again.
If you guys really want to see more of this, let us know now while we're together and not when we leave.
Yeah,
'Cause,
honestly, we
Yes,
might
I
do this
might.
tomorrow if we have.
Might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
'cause
might. We might do it again tomorrow.
You
We're
never know.
thinking of maybe we don't know.
Like
Fires
to
are
see a
nice.
Jeep Life collab. We would love to see a Blue Jeep Life collab also, but things happened and
Yeah, did you not hear about that?
he's no longer living in his Jeep.
Yeah.
a head-on collision.
Yeah, I really.
But-
So yeah, in case you don't know, Andrew, Blue Jeep Life, was in a head-on collision on the highway. His Jeep is totaled, and it was a really traumatic experience for him. I got in touch with him, so he will not be continuing his journey as of right now. I can't speak for the future, but it really kind of shook him up. You know,
Yeah.
having that near-death experience. I would really like to meet him one day anyway. He had such a good thing going. I really feel bad for him. I would really hope that we can meet him one day, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do.
If you guys really want to
Full-on
see more of
collaboration.
him, definitely go to like his Instagram, his YouTube, and just give him so much support, give him so much love,
Yeah, just go.
and just try to get him back out there. We'd love to see
Definitely.
more people out here doing what we're doing.
Yeah, so if you haven't already, go to his Instagram. Just send him some support, guys. Send him some kind words. Really hope that we can lift him back up, and help him out the best we can.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun. Maybe a daytime live Q&A.
But fires are so much nicer. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if we'd be able to do it tomorrow. We'd be kind of busy tomorrow. But,
During the day, we're kind of all over the place. And
Yeah, we really try to take advantage of having light and being able to knock stuff out.
Yeah. Like this
Um,
is like the time we kind of sit down at the end of the day and really just have time to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Normally, we would, like if we were on our own, we would be asleep already.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the time where we're all together, kind of awake and just kind of doing
Honestly.
this thing.
Because
And, But if you guys really want to see a daytime collab, let us know. We can make it happen probably.
We'll find a way. We will have to substitute,
And-
for me especially, we'll have to substitute a vlog, but we
Yeah.
can do the live stream if we had to.
Maybe
Yeah.
next time in Phoenix when you guys come down.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. We are going down to
It'll be
Phoenix.
a lot warmer.
Yeah.
I promise.
Oh, the fire and the ice, they burn. They
Yeah.
burn.
So if that's all the questions, we're probably gonna wrap it up here, guys. We have time for one more question if you guys have a good question.
You
But
gotta pop it up in like the next 10 seconds. 'Cause
yeah,
I don't know.
but,
if
if not, we're
Cue
gonna
in the
end it here.
Jeopardy
Yeah,
music.
na na na
Yeah,
na
right.
na 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 na.
But we gotta thank you guys so much for coming out and
Thank
hanging out
you
with us.
so much.
Yeah, really appreciate
Yeah.
it. For like the 10th time, make sure you check out both of their channels / Instagrams.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Jen's.
Instagram.
Yeah, Jen's really big on
I like
Instagram.
it.
Me and Sean suck at Instagram.
See,
We're
post
so
I
when I
bad.
suck
want
at
to.
vlogging.
Yeah.
We have our own quirks. We're all good at our different things.
Yeah. So that's probably gonna be it, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
That's
for
it.
tuning in.
And
yeah,
another good live stream.
there we go. I'm still waiting for the last question. There are none. There are no more questions. You guys don't like us enough. All we asked for was one more question.
Yeah, no, Bruce, you're awesome.
All right, thank you guys. I will be ending it now. 3, 2, 1, and how do I
Bye.
end this?